Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fourth session of Haven of Horrors, which is the second half of our third case. We're missing one of our players, but he should be joining us partway through this session. He's having some technical difficulties right now, so when Ari does get here, we'll integrate him back in. Before we start, I'm going to do our introductions. So hello, I'm Rue. I'm your game master for this afternoon. I use they or he pronouns, and when I'm not playing all of the other NPCs, I am the head archivist, Damien, who uses also he or they pronouns. Kestrel.
Hi, I'm Kestrel. I use Zers pronouns. I play PbtA, who uses they, them, theirs pronouns.
Ro.
Hey, I'm Ro. I use they, them pronouns. I'm playing Alina, who uses she, her pronouns.
And last but not least, Birdie.
Hello, I'm Birdie. I use she or they pronouns, and I play Maria, who also uses she, her pronouns.
And for anyone who was not here last week and who's just dropping in, I'll give a short little recap of what happened last week and a reminder of our content warnings. So our case this week deals with anxiety, panic attacks, the feeling of being lost and trapped, overstimulation, bright colors, and overwhelming sensations. So if any of those things are a lot for you or something you can't handle, feel free to take a step back and do what is necessary for you to feel safe. I like horror, but I don't like scaring people actually in real life. And so last session, we received our statement from Erica Lee, a woman who lives in an apartment complex down a couple doors from a local artist who hung one of her paintings in the hallway. And when Erica took a look at the painting, it seemed to track her, and she felt lost in the hallways and corners of this abstract art painting. And she has since stayed in her apartment because she's afraid of seeing that painting out in the hallway again. So our researchers spent the first day of their investigation doing research in the Institute. So Vivian and PbtA went through the archives to find other statements about haunted paintings and the like, and found that a lot of paintings seemed to be haunted in the archive, but all for different reasons. There wasn't a connecting factor necessarily there. And then Vivian went on a bit of a journey through the internet and found Laura's gallery website page, and found a couple of interesting things. Firstly, that Laura doesn't appear to have a last name listed anywhere, and also that none of the reviews on her page seem to mirror what happened to Erica. So it's either a recent occurrence or hasn't happened before this at all. And the party decided to spend the night in the Institute so that the next morning, Tuesday, when the gallery opened at 10 a.m., anyone who was interested could choose to go to the art gallery and take a look at Laura's art pieces. So we find ourselves back in the Institute. I think Alina's asleep on a couch. I think we moved Alina to a couch.
She's sitting asleep on a couch.
Right, she's sitting with her eyes open asleep on a couch. And I think PbtA was in a
I'm under a table.
corner, under a
in
table.
A conference room.
Perfect. You can wake up whenever it feels right to you. Damien, if you wake up after about 6 o'clock, Damien is already up and at their desk. If you wake up before 6 o'clock, you will find them asleep at their desk. And Vivian is still napping at her desk as well.
What a wonderful sleepover.
And
I imagine Alina requires very little actual sleep, and she will be like up and about making herself some tea or something along those lines.
Maria gets to work around 8 in the morning. Are you guys all awake by then, or do I get to?
Alina will be awake by then.
PbtA wakes up around 6, and just like, y'all can't hear it because you're not in the same room, but when they wake up in the morning and like stretch, everything cracks, just crackling.
Me. Maria, when you enter the office, you notice that Stillhive's desk is mostly empty. All of the things have been cleared out from it. And the only thing left on the desk is a single jar of honey that's labeled with your name.
She picks it up. Is anybody else in the room?
Damien is. Damien's at their desk in the like corner.
Is everything okay with Stillhive?
Oh, something came up and they had to take a leave of absence. They left honey for everyone. I think they wanted to give a good parting gift.
That was nice of them.
Mhm.
All right.
How are you feeling, by the way?
Oh, I'm okay. I was gonna quit, but changed my mind.
Oh, well, I'm very glad you changed your mind. We're happy to have you. Are you
Yeah.
feeling all right?
I think so. Something weird happened, but maybe we could talk about it later.
Of course, my office is always open. Literally. How is everyone doing this fine morning? AP is crunchy.
Apia just like shuffles, like sloughs into the room. They're upright simply by the fact that they're wearing too many layers to crumple into a pile right now. They look really terrible. They sleep on the ground a lot, but like at the same time, they still look awful every time. And they're gonna try to find some coffee.
Are you okay?
I will be. I need coffee.
There's
Maria's
a fresh
gonna...
pot in the break room, says Damien from their seat.
Maria is going to put the Stillhive honey in her tea.
Aww. It's very good, like honey. It's like wildflower honey.
Yeah.
It's very good honey.
Apia drinks the entire pot of coffee directly from the pot and then starts brewing a second one for anybody else who might want it later. But
Are they okay? It's really hot.
yeah, I know.
Okay. Did I miss anything exciting or?
It depends on what you count to be exciting. We do have a case that we're working on.
Okay.
I think Alina was napping through most of it, so maybe I should fill everyone in.
Alina walks into the room with tea and she looks around and why are
Good
you
morning.
all awake?
It's work time.
Yeah.
Is it?
Good morning,
Just goes
Alina.
to sit.
Are you feeling better today? Work time. Oh, sorry. Twitch volume's on. Sorry. Are you feeling better today, Alina?
Wasn't feeling bad yesterday, so. Maria, I see you've made the terrible choice of coming back.
I tried.
Good to have you.
It didn't work.
Good to have you.
We're actually doing a case, Maria, that you might be more interested in than usual.
Oh.
We appear to be dealing with a haunted painting.
Oh. I like paintings.
I remembered that was what your degree was in, yeah?
Yeah, my undergrad was painting. I'm doing art history now though.
Oh.
I didn't think we had determined that the painting was haunted.
Well, we aren't sure if it's haunted. That's fair. It could just be a painting.
Well, have you seen the painting?
Not yet.
You didn't even go see the painting?
We were planning on going to the gallery today.
Okay. You were all chomping at the bit to go to a cult meeting. You're scared of a little painting?
The
I'm not scared.
gallery
Let me
wasn't
go by myself.
open yesterday.
Breaking and entering is only a good thing when we're breaking into a cult.
Okay.
We didn't break and enter into the cult.
No, that's true. You all went quite legally to the cult's meeting.
But haunted how? Does it like move or something? Does it talk?
No, it seems to drive you into depths of madness.
That's different.
It's we're not entirely sure what happens with the painting. The statement giver said something akin to it almost felt like the painting induced panic attacks.
Okay. I mean,
Um,
I've seen some pretty intense paintings.
but yes, so everyone was thinking about perhaps going to the art gallery first and then going to see the painting in question, which is hanging in the subject's apartment complex.
So you only had to break into an apartment, not a gallery. I want to see that painting.
Wait, we broke in? I don't remember us
No.
going to see the. Okay.
Oh, you decided not to break in, which is kind of uncharacteristic, if I'm being honest.
We haven't
Don't wanna
done
be
anything
arrested.
illegal yet.
Alina was napping, and Apia and Vivian did some very important research.
Gotcha. Okay.
I also don't like the idea of going into an apartment complex because there's a lot of witnesses, and it's difficult to get off of the fifth floor of the building quickly.
Okay, so I have misinterpreted you guys' preferred type of breaking and entering.
Apia, you have to know, Apia is always down for breaking minor property laws. And major property laws, to be honest.
It's not
If Apia
in.
knew how
Oh, sorry.
If Apia knew how to commit tax evasion, they would.
It's not in the job description, but you get the sense, Maria, even from only being here a couple of weeks, that breaking and entering and other small, mostly illegal things are just kind of commonplace here at the Ravenwood
Yeah.
Institute.
Yeah, like murder.
She's figured that out. Murder is still bad.
Is it though?
Yes. Okay. Any details on what it looked like or style? I might know the artist. I'm pretty like in the scene.
Abstract seems to be the general description of it.
Abstract.
And
Ooh, I like abstract.
And the artist is called Laura, no last name given.
Okay. Would I know anything about her just from like being someone that is involved with art locally?
Like if you frequent like art galleries, you've probably like seen a couple of like her shows maybe. She
Okay.
only recently opened up her own gallery a couple of months ago.
Mhm.
But you might have seen a couple of her pieces at shows if you go to like
Yeah.
modern art galleries.
Yeah, I think she might know a couple of those paintings. What's my like general perception of
If you've been sort of following Laura for the
Mhm.
past 6 or so months,
Mhm.
her base painting is very sort of like, it's hard to say standard for abstract art because there isn't really a standard for abstract art.
Yeah.
But it looks like probably post-grad student abstract art got their degree in abstract art.
Yeah,
And
so
like
it's just like it's good, but it's not like mind-blowing or special or anything.
yeah, and like you can tell that like they were like she was looking for her like niche that she was going to fit into. And more recently has sort of like shifted from her previous work to like very, very busy abstract art. Like not very much negative space, a lot of extra lines and curves and brush strokes.
Yeah.
Like, and probably that was in the past couple of months that she's shifted.
I wouldn't say that Maria like follows her specifically, but probably like yeah, that's weird. I mean, I've seen a couple of her paintings and they're not bad. They're just kind of not, I don't know. I can't really imagine looking at one of her paintings and getting a panic attack unless it was like a question on a test and I was trying to find some stupid hidden meaning in it.
Well, the statement giver was still quite rattled by it.
Yeah, so that's weird. I heard she was switching up her style, but I haven't really seen any of her new paintings.
worth a look, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah. Anyway, so when's the gallery show?
It's open from
Um,
10 to 2.
Well,
And it's
Oh.
it's like open,
now.
so anyone can come in from between 10 and 2. If you want to come in hours that aren't those times, you can make an appointment.
all right. In the
I have a question.
meantime,
Is Vivian not going to be awake from those times, so we're going to
Vivian
leave
needs
without
her
her?
sleep.
Vivian's taking a nap.
So I'm gonna actually like get on my phone and like see if I can
Mhm.
pull up Laura's Instagram and just
Okay.
check up on her. Would she have posted any of these new like super busy paintings?
If you're looking for her Instagram, the most recent thing and I guess this might be a weird thing probably for the art community,
Mhm.
despite the fact that she has a gallery open right now,
Mhm.
the most recent piece she's posted is from over a month ago on her Instagram.
No stories or anything? Just
There are stories, like her story is like advertisements for her gallery, but no like actual live pictures of the paintings in it.
yeah, you'd think that she'd be promoting this more. Like it's her first big gallery show and she's not even posting about it. That's the really spooky thing about this. Huh. Well, I mean, if we leave now, we'll get there right about when it opens. I want to see the haunted painting, guys. Like this is my thing.
Sorry, I've been disassociating a little bit. Apia is also incredibly excited to see the haunted painting, but outwardly is showing almost no emotions, partly because they're working on the second pot of coffee that they brewed. They poured it in a cup this time.
Alina seems indifferent towards the painting.
Well, I'm very excited to hear about the haunted painting and potentially add it to the collection of spooky objects in my closet. But yes, you are welcome. You are welcome to take the car and spend as long as you need at the art gallery.
Okay.
Is Maria driving or is Alina driving? Are they gonna fight again, or is Alina gonna let Maria drive?
Alina is not driving. She's fine with not driving anymore.
Okay, so Maria will drive.
Apia can drive. The question is, will we all survive?
Maria's will drive.
Damien cannot drive.
Can't Damien drive? I thought
Damien can drive. He does not like to. It is not ideal. But now there are 2 people at the institute who can drive, so he doesn't have to. As you guys are sort of getting ready to leave, or I guess I can. I want Ari to get to wake up. Why don't you all spend like 2 minutes getting ready to leave?
Someone ask Maria about her paintings.
Yeah. Damien will sort of like look up from their paperwork that they're doing and be like, you seemed very dismissive isn't necessarily the right word, but you've done a lot of artwork yourself before. Do you like, and you got your degree in it?
Yeah.
What do you like to paint if abstract isn't your thing?
I mean, oh no, I love abstract art. I think abstract
any of
art
your
is
paintings giving someone a panic attack?
not that I know of. I mean, some people think they're creepy, but they're so I'm really interested in I'm writing my thesis on color and post-impressionism, and abstract art is like kind of the logical conclusion of that. So I have a healthy respect for it. I prefer things a little bit more figurative. And she does pull out her own phone and kind of shows off her own Instagram feed. which is like when you first look at them, they look abstract too. But if you stop and like look at them for a little bit, and maybe like unfocus your eyes, the colors start coming together and they
like
look
a magic eye painting.
Yeah, almost like a magic eye painting. And they look, it's hard to describe. They're very visceral and they look like bodies in a way that you wouldn't expect out of like Smiley Maria. And just as you start to focus on this like oil painting that really kind of looks like a body like reaching out for you, she flips to the next thing and it's like a still life of her cat. Yeah, so I do all sorts of things. But she shows you a couple, and the longer you look at them, the more figurative they look. And also like that itchy feeling that you sometimes get when she's nervous, you also get from the paintings.
Yeah.
Are all these kind of gory ones part of the set?
I mean, I don't think they're gory. They're just,
Slaughterhouse chic.
I like Impressionism because instead of painting what's there, you paint what you feel. I paint what I feel.
You feel like beef.
From where they're sitting at their desk, Damien like snorts up the sip of tea that they're currently drinking and has to like cover their face and then like grab a handkerchief and clean the desk off.
Maria just kind of puts her phone away. Not really an art person.
Not really.
I think they're very nice.
Thanks.
There is certainly a skill involved with making this.
You don't have to be nice. I know they're a little weird. But
hey, it's not giving me a panic attack, so I think you've got the Artist of the Day award.
Yeah.
I should add what AP is doing right now is standing facing a wall talking into their tape recorder. This is what they do in the morning.
Damien is
now
going
that is a little weird.
Damien's going to go into the like break room and pull out like a nondescript I forget what the water bottles are called that keep things hot. There's a word for them, but I don't know what it is.
Thermos?
Yes, thank you. Grab a nondescript thermos with like a sticker of the Institute's logo on it and pour the coffee from the remaining in the coffee pot into it and just hold it out to Apia and be like, in case you need this.
They like nod at you and say thank you, and then slip it into the pocket of their trench coat, one of the many pockets of the many layers they're wearing.
And
actually,
as all of you,
what they do is they're wearing like a trench coat, a like zip up jacket, a sweatshirt, and a t-shirt, and so they pull up the hoodie that they're wearing and slip it into the like large pocket of the hoodie.
And as you are sort of prepping to leave for the art gallery, there's a rousing from where Vivian is napping on her desk as she wakes up just in time to join you all in your adventure.
Hey guys, totally was awake this whole time. Totally not asleep at all.
Good morning.
Good morning. What is it, like 4?
No,
like
it's
10.
all,
It's probably actually morning, right?
Yeah, it's actually morning.
Yeah. We're up till the wee hours of the morning.
Wait, I'm so glad I didn't miss the paintings.
Yes, like literally. I was thinking like this is actually tragic that she's not here, but you know, whatever. But here we are.
All right, so all of you can pile into the mystery machine. I don't know what y'all were calling the car.
The mystery machine is a
calling
good
it
one.
that.
Yeah, the
Now.
Ravenwood mystery machine, and drive to the art gallery. And it's in like it's like downtown, but not central downtown. You know how like when you're in a business district and there's like the edges of the business district where it's like half businesses, half homes,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Mhm.
And it's in like one of those converted houses, so it's not like an office space. It's like a house that's been turned into an office space sort of thing.
I love the
And emblazoned on the door in like a very swirly, like cursive font that's like almost illegible, but not quite, is Laura's name, which is also her like brand, scrawled across in like a bright rose gold on the glass pane of the window.
You gotta work a lot to make a name as simple as Laura illegible.
It's real curly, like it, like
Artists are really good at making things illegible.
imagine the most
yeah.
inaccessible font you can think of. It's in that.
Inaccessible.
I actually did it. I actually did it. I was
so
writing
excited.
it down.
I'm so happy, Castro. Would you like to show us the world's most inaccessible writing of the word Laura?
I will. I'm just putting the finishing touches on it to make it look as pretentious as possible.
We
Correct.
are all artists here
That's-
today.
So accurate. That's so accurate. That's so on brand too. Laura would be proud.
Things keep falling off of a shelf next to me, and I can't stop them. They're too far away for me to reach right now.
Kesha is such a mood. Look at them. Look at them on this. Look at them.
I'm chilling. What about it?
What a vibe.
I'm excited to see what Z's drawn.
I'm ready.
All right.
You're probably gonna be disappointed. Just I
No, I'm
don't want to hype
excited.
this up
It's
too much.
all right.
I'm trying to log into Discord. Hold on, my phone's
Don't
We
being
worry.
can
stupid.
You can look around the outside while you
Yeah.
wait if you'd like.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm gonna like peek in a window while I wait for everybody else to get ready.
The windows are frosted, so you can't super see inside. You can
Yeah.
sort of look around the frosting. Oh, yeah, that's absolutely illegible. Good job.
Well, maybe we can
Oh,
flash
yeah.
it up on the
Oh.
break or something.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
I
though.
It's really pretty. Yeah,
It's pretty.
we can see about.
Oh.
You should see the one time my friend was demonstrating how to write the word communism in cursive. It's impossible to read.
Have y'all seen Russian
Um,
cursive?
No.
It is just
Illegible.
illegible. Illegible.
But yeah, so the glass itself is frosted for the most part. Like it's got like a border of clear around the outside, so you can like kind of peek in and see that there are paintings in there, but you can't like really see into the gallery aside from like going through the door.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. They want you to come in. I'm gonna head in. You guys coming with me, or am I on a?
Yeah, Apia is unfolding themselves from the back of the mystery machine and is gonna follow you inside.
Is
I know
anyone
we're
not going
going
in?
to.
Okay. Is anyone
Alina
not
will
going?
go into because there might be the need to kill someone.
Yeah.
Alina has her gun ready.
I have my gun. I have my gun in my purse in case anyone want to try anything.
I do not understand you guys's. Anyway, let's go see some art.
I'm so sorry. I forgot your character's name.
Maria?
Yeah,
Maria.
Maria. Sorry. Apia like kind of brushes a little bit closer to you, reaches into their pocket, and hands you what looks like a stick of gum. Well, offers it to you.
Like the new Steel Hive move.
You seem to be having a hard time. And then they just walk away.
Am I?
Mhm.
Okay.
I love Apia.
They don't understand
Vivian-
emotions, but they're doing their best.
Vivian is still half asleep, but she gets out of the mystery machine and pulls her painting out of the trunk and is like, "All right, bitches,
Oh, I forgot she painted
let's
something.
go.
That's right.
Let's go."
What's
Yeah.
that?
Like
We're gonna
this, and
upstage.
she probably, I guess, since they were like doing random stuff until they fell asleep, and then she just got up, so she's kind of still out of it. And she's like, "This is my masterpiece. Thank you for asking. Original design completely." And,
Maria,
it's gonna be
like-
a talking point.
The conflicted expression of someone that you think is really attractive just made something really mediocre, but you don't want to hurt their feelings. Yeah, that's really interesting. Good job.
Yes. Thank
Didn't we
you.
decide it's like isn't it like a dot in the middle of a white canvas?
Yes. And it's
Yeah.
like stylized in the same way as some logo that she was looking at. Yes.
It's the Pepsi
It's literally
logo.
just-
It's,
It's a Pepsi logo. And it's like,
Vivian,
yes.
as Maria says, like, it's interesting. Apia like makes a noise, like a huffing noise.
yeah, it's really great. Let's go look at the gallery now. It's like,
She's strolling. We ready?
It's
Like, let's
Great.
you don't have to be
Great.
good at painting. You're hot. It's okay.
go. It's okay.
Okay.
She's in her himbo phase today.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're all going in, yeah?
Yeah.
You go to the door and it's unlocked. You can just open it, and there's like a gentle chime of a bell from above the door. And you can't see the voice that answers, but a voice answers from further back in the gallery. And the voice says, "Oh, hello. I'll be right with you, but feel free to peruse. I'm just finishing something back here." And as you step in, the gallery is sort of arranged. If you look at the like dates beneath the paintings, from like oldest at the front of the gallery, and then they get newer the further you go in. And
Are the oldest ones the ones that Maria recognizes as being like just kind of okay?
yeah, the oldest
Okay.
ones are sort of again like there's not
They're
a
pretty basic.
standard for abstract art, but like basic abstract art sort of things, like looking for your like niche and like a lot of shape and color, and they're
Mhm.
like not bad paintings, but they're not like Picasso.
Yeah, like we could probably hang up Vivian's painting in here and it would be fine.
And be like, yeah, we're chilling.
Yeah, exactly. Especially like the really old ones that you get the sense are here just to show progression.
Yeah.
The really old ones are kind of like reminiscent of Vivian's, where it's like I've done a lot of research into what abstract art is, but I haven't connected to it yet.
Right.
Could you
Sort of thing.
throw a banana peel on the floor and have people think it's part of the exhibit?
No, it's not quite like the MoMA. Like there's not like weird modern like physical pieces. They are all paintings.
Right.
Yeah, so Maria's she skips over the basic ones pretty quickly. She's looking for something with more depth because she figures like if our statement giver had a panic attack over these paintings, she's judging a little.
Fair enough.
I'm
Like-
looking for some of their Laura's like newer paintings personally.
Before we split up, Vivian's gonna be like, hey, if this is like the last one and these paintings can hypnotize us, then oh my gosh, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. But travel in twos so that if one person starts passing out, the other person can get them. So, so we could not get abducted or whatever.
Smart.
Wherever that goes.
Yeah, so I think Maria's kind of looking for the point where Laura finds her niche.
Okay. So are all of you going further in, or are any of you doing like other things?
I guess I'd like to talk to Laura, I guess. So I'm gonna wait by the front. Like I'm guessing there's a
Yeah,
desk
me
or
too. I'm
something.
also gonna wait.
There is a desk, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then I'm going to clasp my old lady hands on Maria to help me around. So I can look at
Old
all these
lady
paintings and
hands.
go like,
Are you just making the like confused old woman meme face?
yeah.
And
It's like the
Maria's
whole
like
time.
Maria's like desperately trying to explain the historical context of abstract art to her. She's like, no,
Yeah,
it's a reaction to like post-Renaissance attitudes towards form. It's actually very interesting, like the way that this color.
An art
And then
history
we-
lecture continues away from you into the
Mhm.
back of the gallery. Do you want to look at the
I'll
paintings?
I'll listen. I mean, Alina will listen. She can understand this, but
Oh,
it's not that
abstract
she,
art.
that she it's not that she doesn't care. It's she doesn't respect these people.
Ooh, abstract art is really cool. It's like feelings on a canvas.
Do you all want me to do paintings first and then Laura, or do you want to meet Laura first and then look at her paintings?
But before we do that, like, is there another level to this house?
If the like to the house from the outside, yes, there was, but not to the art gallery. So like wherever
Okay.
wherever the staircase is, or whatever way you use to get up, it's off limits.
Okay. And the desk that we're at, this is like all customer based, like there's nothing that like she would be at or that she would have like files in or anything that we can snoop in or whatever?
Do you want to give me like
Yes.
it is a desk with a computer and a filing cabinet. Do you want to try and
Oh, we're
snoop?
hacking! We're hacking! Let's
PbtA,
go!
get back.
I'm gonna try to distract Laura then. I'm gonna leave you
Yeah.
to it, and I'm gonna try to distract Laura, keep her away from
Yeah,
the
okay.
desk. So I'm
All
gonna
right, so-
walk
And
back to wherever she is and try to keep her from coming to the front.
Okay, so I will go then in order. I will go paintings, Laura, and then hacking because
Okay, cool.
cool.
Okay.
All right. As the two of you go further into the gallery, you get to see sort of the waves of her artwork, and she has them like labeled, but with like hoity-toity, uppity words like form and precision, and those are like the names of her art waves. So they're not like descriptions. They're like this is her like precision movement and things like that. And I would say about 2 months ago, a little bit less, like 6 weeks. One, she has a lot more paintings from like that are newer than she did in her previous period. But also they have all seemed to sort of center in on what she likes to paint, which is very like confusing spaces. She's like she's taken the idea of a room and made it abstract.
And abstracted it.
Yes. Like so you get the sense that like her like niche is painting abstract physical spaces. So not like an abstract object, but an abstract room or building or something like that. And the further and further along you get, the more sort of abstract it is, and it takes you a lot longer to like look at it and be like, oh, it's a library question mark. And like it's very difficult to like really sort of nail down.
So it's almost more surrealist paintings than abstract ones.
They've gotten more surrealist, yes.
Yeah, she's kind of nailing down a form here.
Right. Alina can get more behind surrealism and like expressionism and impressionism. She can get more behind that than just plain abstract.
Yeah. So Maria's gonna pick one that feels particularly like interesting and like stop and look at it for a while. Really kind of look at the brush strokes, look at the color. The way some people sit down and read a book where they're taking care to notice every single word. That's how Maria's looking at this painting.
Okay. The longer Maria looks at that painting, the sort of I don't want to say easier. I would say the easier it is to look at it, but not so much that as the harder it is to look away from it. Like you're looking at a painting and it's one of the really complex ones that sort of varying layers of like depth in this two-dimensional canvas that almost feels like you can walk into it. And you're looking, and as you look at it for longer, you can sort of your eyes sort of force the brushstrokes to turn into staircases and hallways, and you can almost follow the path that they're leading with your eyes. But once you start following that path, it keeps leading you back to where you began, and you just keep sort of going in circles in this painting, essentially. And from an external perspective, Alina, you sort of watch as Maria like begins to really like sort of focus in on this painting and gets almost like glassy expression over her face as she's really like getting sucked into this painting. Not like physically, but like in thought. Like she's very deep in thought.
Yeah, if she was getting physically sucked into the painting, I would do
Can
something about it.
Can I touch it?
I mean,
I'm sure she's not
behind,
allowed to.
Yeah,
But like
it's not behind glass. You can touch it like physically.
yeah,
It's not
no,
a good idea, but
she's gonna touch it.
she's gonna touch it.
Yeah.
You're always very aware of your body. It's something that comes to you very naturally.
Oh, sorry. Do I with this sort of intense look that Maria has, do I feel itchy?
Not really, actually. That the itchy sensation that you are used to feeling when Maria is anxious or upset has sort of like faded back, like you're not feeling that. So
Right, that was what I was wondering about.
yeah, she's not projecting that sort of itchy sensation that she does sometimes. You reach out and touch it, and it feels the way static could possibly feel. Like if you could touch the white noise on a television screen, that is the closest approximation of sensation you could get. And that sensation begins sort of like traveling up your arm the longer you touch the painting.
I look around. Is anyone looking at us?
No one is in your vicinity. You are the only people in the gallery right now, and Apia is talking to Laura, who is in a different like little alcove, essentially.
I think when she feels that static, because she is so like I think that kind of snaps her out of like whatever sort of painting trance she was in.
Yeah.
Pulls back her hands like, oh, I'm not supposed to touch the paintings. Go ahead, hand it to her. I not really a fan of her older stuff, but she got a groove here. These are really cool.
Anything unusual? Or do you just look like that when you're looking at cool paintings?
What did I look like?
Let's say in an enhanced state, a bit glassy-eyed.
Maybe they are haunted paintings. Neat. It's like you can walk right into it.
Please don't.
Alina will turn to the painting and go like,
Not the Narnia.
poke with the finger.
I mean, obviously you can't really walk right into it. It's a
Not the
painting,
Luigi,
but
man.
I was
did you get, does it feel, okay, this is a really weird question. Does it feel fuzzy to you too?
Alina touches the painting.
That same sort of sensation, probably not as viscerally as Maria feels it, because Alina doesn't experience her body in quite a constant way that Maria does. But it does
feel odd
feel
to the
prickly.
touch.
Yes, it like you can feel the oil of the oil paint, but underneath that, it does feel prickly. It doesn't like come
I
away
examine
on
my fingers. I sort of do this and look.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything physically on your hands.
Any residue, anything?
No. The paint
Huh.
is sealed.
And there are oil paintings, not like
Is it
acrylic.
like it puts you on pins and needles?
She does both. Some of them are oil and some of them are acrylic.
Okay. I would definitely like to talk to her about these.
I would definitely like to get some of this painting on like a test tube and with me, but
I mean, we can buy the paintings. That's what a gallery showing is for.
Yeah, you can just expense it to the institute.
Yeah, they're probably
right,
like
but that's
Maria's like, I want to buy a painting. They don't pay me well enough to buy one of these paintings. I need to get the institute to buy a painting.
could we get the institute to pay for
Well,
us?
I mean, yeah.
Is there like one of the small ones?
Probably, you probably could if you like you have like an expense card essentially, so you could
Yeah.
like put it on
All
the
we
expense card.
have to do is tell them it's haunted.
All we
I'll
have to do
ask.
is
We have it on record that it is.
I'll
Yeah.
ask Damien. Because
or
this,
we could just steal it. We could just
That's
take it.
what I was thinking.
We
I
need
was
to
like,
support.
Well,
We need to support the arts, guys.
Not if they're haunted.
Not if they're
Especially if
the
they're
arts aren't supporting
haunted.
us.
evil arts.
The market
The
is
dark
so
arts.
small for evil art, you guys.
It's really
We
hard out
have to
there
put
for
some
a
money
haunted
into it.
artist.
For an evil artist.
And then I will say before I swap over to letting Apia talk to Laura, there's only like one thing in this like whole thing that you can't really look at. There is a canvas in the back, like a very large canvas, like taller than person, like probably about an 8 foot tall and about, I don't know, like 6-ish feet wide canvas, covered by a sheet in the back.
I wanna look.
I wanna go
I wanna
to
look.
the painting.
I wanna look. I wanna see the covered painting.
It's behind like those things that are like not really a barrier, like they can't physically stop you, but like sort of your like
It's
courtesy
a
barrier.
suggestion.
So
it's a suggestion.
assuming that these three scenes are kind of happening in tandem,
Yeah.
if I like look over my shoulder, is Laura currently talking to Apia?
Yes, Laura is currently talking to Apia
I'm going for the painting.
very enthusiastically.
I'm
Oh, no, y'all
already
froze.
walking towards
Okay.
the forbidden painting.
So-
Alina murders the painting.
I don't remember my own game rules that I've written. Can you
Okay.
both do the role that involves being agile? I think
So
it's
seeing this, he's gonna
What?
Oh no.
Wait. Oh no, we lost Birdie.
No.
I thought it was just me. No,
No.
Marty.
We
Birdie.
lost Birdie.
No.
Oh, Birdie, are you back?
Bir-
There. Okay. Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Are you back?
Am I back?
Yes.
You are
Yeah.
back.
Let's touch a painting.
Okay, I don't remember the game that I wrote myself. What is the move
I
that is?
imagine it's something
Agile.
along the lines of agile or
Is it agile?
tact.
It's
Agile.
yeah, it's agile. It's the agile one because you're sneaking.
Right. I thought maybe tact for sort of social stealth.
Yeah.
But,
Or finesse, but it's
If
more like
if you were talking to her, it would be tact, but you're not talking.
tact
to her.
is like
Should we-
communicative deftness.
Should we both roll for that, or?
Yes, because you're both trying to touch it, right?
Okay, so I'm rolling plus tact. No, plus agile.
So I got a 7. I don't remember if that is a hit
That's
or just
a mixed success.
Okay.
Oh,
I forgot how to roll. Right.
Me.
2d6.
we're gonna be
No, I
trapped
know
in
that.
the
I
paint,
forgot how to like physically
Oh
roll.
yeah.
like in
Your body said,
I think.
we have
Um,
not developed motor skills. What are you thinking?
So I got a 13.
Holy shit.
You touch the shit out of that painting.
Touch the
You
shit
go
out of this
through
painting.
the painting.
You phase through the painting. So
You assimilate the painting.
I'm gonna sort of add your scores together as your like score.
I am
So
carrying this team.
yeah, because Maria is so determined to touch this painting, she's transcended. You don't have any consequences because your
My
combined total averages out
superpower
to 10.
is touching paintings.
That's your class.
Yes.
I
I am
Paint toucher.
Maria
the
has
paint
just gained
toucher.
power levels by being here,
So you
by
you
being
both
in the
sort
art
of,
gallery.
Mhm.
you both sort of like look over your shoulder and notice that Laura is very deep in conversation with Apia, and you like duck over or under whatever is easier for you, the like rope barrier, and then you have to worry.
I just realized that Apia probably appears to be a very important artist because of how fucking weird they are.
Because I look
Yeah.
like I'm homeless.
No,
Right,
because
so
you
they
have magic
assume,
powers.
oh, this
Yeah,
this must be like very important to the artist or art creator or something like that. Who
I'm a
else
very
would look like
important
this?
art man, and I also look like I'm homeless.
Laura just likes talking about her art, y'all. You'll get to meet her in a second. I'm very happy about her. But yeah, you sort of pull the sheet back.
Meanwhile, Maria is eating the
And-
painting.
Maria is eating paint, and it is an unfinished painting. You sort of as you're pulling the sheet back, you notice the corners and sides aren't finished yet. Like whatever Laura's method is, she starts from the middle and works outward. And you pull back the curtain slowly, and a lot of her pieces are small, like not small, but like average painting sized, I would say, like an 11 by 17
That's pretty
ish.
small for an oil painting.
No, for acrylics, yeah, and then like bigger, like 30 by 40 oil paintings, things like that. This one is huge and life-sized in that what you are looking at is a door. And like, I mean that nebulously. It's a door.
A door?
And both of you see two different things. Because each of you sees a nebulous concept of a door, but you don't see the nebulous concept of the same door. Each of you sees an abstract, surrealist conceptualization of the door to your own home.
Oh my god. Fear.
Whoa.
To whatever our characters consider their home.
Yeah, whatever your character most considers to be home. Unless, does Alina consider the Institute home?
No.
Okay, then good. Never mind.
No, there's a very specific door that she's looking at. Alina sort of goes, yeah, this painting is just silly with power. This is terrible.
We gotta buy it, right?
No, we gotta destroy it.
Steal it.
No!
Steal it, steal it, steal it.
Not
Steal
destroy
it. Steal it. Steal it.
This is so cool.
What do you see? Describe to me what you see.
I mean, I see my apartment.
That's not what I'm seeing.
I figured, because I think if you were looking at my apartment door, you wouldn't have that look on your face.
Exactly. So this is
I wish I need to talk to her. How do I get my
I
painting?
cover the painting. I don't want to look at this thing.
Maria's like, I want my
It mocks
painting
me
to
with
do
its
that.
smug aura.
All right.
Yeah,
Well-
this painting is definitely some sort of
It's
telepathic.
definitely haunted.
It's not haunted. This is not what a haunted painting looks or acts like. This is a psychic painting. I can't
I'm-
believe I'm saying
I'm
this.
using-
This sounds so silly.
I'm using haunted as an umbrella term.
Well, it's
The
a
spiders
specific
weren't-
term.
The spiders weren't haunted either.
Would you say they were haunted spiders or
Yes. I thought I did call them haunted spiders.
like no? You call them rat some
Spider
rat
Tui.
thing,
Spiders.
ratatouille something.
Anyway, I would like to go catch up with Apia at this point.
I'm
Sure.
gonna go talk to Damien about buying one of his paintings for testing.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Meanwhile, while you've been looking at paintings, you approached Laura, and Laura is at sort of like not necessarily her workstation, because again, her like the painting she's currently working on is the one that your coworkers have looked at recently. But she's at like a storage area essentially where she keeps all of her paints and supplies and stuff.
Yeah.
You walk up.
So I realized a problem with me talking to Laura, which is that Apia doesn't know anything about art, and I also don't know anything about art. So
No,
we're
it's
kind of
okay. It'll be
fucked.
funny.
Kind of fucked
Oh,
here, but
Wait, if Vivian is in earshot and relative view of their conversation, right?
Yes.
yeah.
Can I use my 2?
Yes. Yeah, you could.
Okay, I'll be doing that intermittently throughout the conversation.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to I'll let you describe that when you do it. Yeah? Okay, perfect. But yeah, so you walk over and Laura is tall, like she's probably a little bit over 6 feet tall. And she's also wearing like a couple of inch heels, so she's even taller, so probably like 6'3", 6'4". And she has very long, dark, curly hair that has streaks of color in it that appear to be at random. Like she's kind of randomly dyed her hair in a variety of colors, and she's wearing a very paint splattered outfit. Like you get the sense that this is the outfit she paints in, and it is covered in paint.
Her painting
That
clothes.
tracks.
Her painting
Being an
outfit.
artist.
Yeah. And as you walk over, she sort of looks up from the table and smiles extremely bright and large and goes, "Oh, hello. I'm sorry. Was I keeping you waiting?"
If anybody is watching, it happens very quickly. So it could just be a trick of the light, but for a split second, it looks like Apia's eyes turn blue, and then they're back to the regular, like, really dark brown. And they just go, "No, I wasn't waiting that long at all. I was just looking at some of your art. I had seen it online a couple times, and I heard that you were here in the gallery, and I wanted to stop by and look at some of your art."
Oh, I really need to update that. All of my pieces online are from an earlier period, but it's so hard to capture my new art. Every time I take pictures, it seems to diminish it in some way. So I haven't been able to update any of my sites. It's a pleasure to
Apia,
meet
like,
you.
Thinks
And,
for just a second.
And it's a pleasure to meet you. And she puts her hand out to shake your hand.
Apia kind of like tentatively takes her hand. Apia's cold. Like Apia is cold to the touch.
If a person could vibrate, Laura is vibrating at a very low frequency.
Okay, noted. Apia thinks for a beat and then says, "My name's Dorian. It's nice to meet you.
Ooh, a lovely name.
I kind of see what you mean about not being able to capture your paintings on film. They have a depth to them."
Thank
Apia's
you.
literally just trying to keep Laura busy
Keep
for as long
Laura
as
busy?
possible. So, like, trying to get her to talk about her own art and just carry this conversation for Apia.
So valid.
That is a very interesting way to put it. Thank you. I was very lost in my art when I was back in school, And it took a lot of searching inside of me to find what I really wanted to paint. And I'm so excited to know that it's gotten a lot more attention since I've really come into my own, so to speak. And like, it is not difficult to get Laura talking about her art, and she's very excited to talk about it.
All right.
So she's quite
AP
happy
is
with
just
it.
kind of interjecting every now and then to ask a couple more questions about like where she got her inspiration from, basically, and kind of just like mediums and stuff like that. Just knowing almost nothing about art, but like trying very hard.
You know, I went to school for art for a very long time, and I don't think anything was as meaningful to me as a sort of retreat I went on with a couple of other of my friends. We all went up and sort of spent some time out, in nature, painting things. And I realized that I didn't want to paint any of that. And I came back, and I don't know, it was like I saw the world very differently. And now the way that I see space is so much better, I think.
I love her so much. Oh,
I will say, like, I'm not laughing particularly loud because I don't want to be like in your ears. You can hear her laugh echoing through the entire space. So like the two of you who are breaking into her paintings and Vivian who's hacking her computer, no matter where you are, it sounds like she's laughing, like as close to you as she could be.
I want to talk
God,
to this
Alina
woman
wants to
so
kill
bad.
her.
Wait, is it like
So
deafeningly
bad.
loud next to her? Is it
No,
like
it's no. It's not deafeningly loud. It's just no matter where you are, it sounds like she's next to you, essentially.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
going to use
that.
my 2 on Apia, and it say to ask when that retreat happened.
Oh, so Apia, from your perspective, Vivian's like presence is just suddenly sort of like in the back of your head, and almost as if someone has passed you a note, but mentally, you are struck with a thought that is not yours that says, ask her when.
Apia like blinks, takes a second, like they're counting. Like it looks like they're doing a mental count. And then they look at Laura and say, like, when was this retreat that you went on?
Oh, time is nebulous to me these days, but by an average standard, maybe about a month and a half ago, about when I started really going wholeheartedly into my art. If you take a look, I've produced so much more since then that, I don't know, time seems to have lost meaning for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my 2 again and say act interested and ask where as if you wanted to go.
Apia like does the mental count but like slower or like faster this time, and then they say, that sounds so interesting. Where did you go exactly, if I may ask?
Oh, of course. You know, now that I think about it, I don't really remember. It was just some sort of like cabin that touted itself as an artist retreat. But really, the only thing important there was the instructors. So if they're still there, maybe you could learn something from them. They were very, very educational about opening yourself to different pathways in art.
Do you remember their names by any chance?
And she thinks for a moment and says, you know, I don't think names were something we really used.
Okay. Apia thinking to themselves, this is not good.
considering I can.
Capitals. Fear.
I don't want to pull focus or anything, but at some point, may Maria enter this conversation?
Do you want?
I need to really.
Yeah, go.
Oh, I just needed to say this is my Magnum Sharpie.
For your magnum.
For your Magnum
Yeah.
fear.
Your
Your
magnum.
Magnum?
The Magnum archives.
The Magnum.
That's the not
Magnum archives.
It sounds like a tag you would use to get around the Tumblr censors.
It does.
Yup, it
I
does.
hate that. Do you want because I don't want to leave Ari waiting. Ari, do you want me to do the hacking first, or do you want to let Maria enter the art conversation first?
Because I can hear, I'm okay with whatever time, as long as I know that I'm not gonna get like caught. I'm not gonna like she's not just gonna like appear next to me and I'll be completely off guard. That's all.
I haven't made you roll for it yet because I'm gonna make you roll for it like when you do it. But if you want to do your like sneaky roll now, you can. Sort of when we're doing this transition between Apia's conversation and Maria's conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. But before Apia actually starts to talk to Laura, I'm gonna prop up the painting on the back of the computer, so at worst it looks like I'm just sitting in her chair. But just to if I am being clumsy or messy, just to help that out. But I'll do the agile roll.
Take a +1 because to your roll on top of whatever you already have, because Apia is doing such a good job of keeping Laura's attention.
Okay. Waggo. Ooh. Oh, that's a 6. That's the lowest thing I've ever rolled.
Oh, mark experience.
You finally get experience.
Oh, wait. You said +1, and then you said agile?
Yeah.
That's a 7.
Oh, okay. A mixed success then.
Okay.
So
I'm never gonna look up.
don't mark experience. Okay. I will give you a choice. You either can have a very short amount of time behind her office and only get like one question researched, or you can spend more time there, but she'll catch you.
That is such a good question. I did not
get caught. It's fun.
I think I'll just get caught. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Wait. Let me think. Can I do I have enough I don't have no charisma. Can I just muscle my way through this situation?
Get caught. It's fun.
I'm just gonna get caught.
Killer.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get caught.
Okay.
Alina,
so then,
please.
That'll go perfect then, because then I can take Laura's conversation to you once we're done with it.
Okay.
But yeah, okay then. So yes, Maria, you are welcome to join the conversation while Alina asks Damien if they can purchase some haunted paintings.
Yeah.
Psychic paintings. I'm very specific.
Psychic paintings.
Yeah, so Maria is going to come back in from the gallery and see this conversation. Laura, I've seen some of your other shows, but this is on another level.
She turns to you and again the same very exuberant and excited handshake as she puts her hand forward, and she says, "Oh, hello! It's so good to see someone who's interacted with my early work still so willing to come and see things. I knew I was uninspired in my early periods. It's a pleasure to meet you."
Up to you. It is somewhat possible that Laura knows her as weird corpse girl paintings.
If
she
probably
might.
would.
Yeah, she might not know her face,
Corpse
but
girl paintings.
I thought you said horse girl at first.
I mean, Maria probably was a horse girl at some point, but now she's corpse girl.
From horse girl to corpse girl.
Artist.
The beef
coming
artist.
soon to a movie theater near you.
Yeah, no, it's we've met. It's Maria.
Oh, we have. It's been a long time.
It has.
It's a pleasure to see you again. How's your art been going? I remember you had a very fascinating take on things.
Thanks. I'm doing more writing these days. You know how it is. Grad school and everything. But I don't want to talk about me. I want to hear about your paintings.
Oh, thank you. I was just telling Dorian here about them.
I like shoot you a glance as if I've never seen either of you before. And I'm hoping that you guys get it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah, you can really just get lost in them.
Oh, I'm so glad. That's exactly the sensation that I want, because I think that it's important that we get lost in our art so that we can find ourselves, because really, for me, I've never felt more me, than when I'm not really anybody.
It's like their self-portraits sometimes,
Oh, some of them certainly are. But some of them are portraits of people I've seen.
Like, trying to think what to. I don't want to tell her that I touched it because that's not allowed. So I'll just, well, congrats on your show. It's definitely your best yet. I'm gonna also reach out for a handshake.
Yeah, she shakes your hand, and it's like static and uneasy.
Yeah. Does she get anything off me? If she's psychicking at me?
Are you like trying to tell if she can notice anything off of you?
I don't know.
From looking at her face, which I will say her face is pretty unreadable in terms of faces that you've met.
That's fair.
You can't really be sure.
I couldn't help but hear that you didn't know the name of your teacher that changed your art so much?
Oh, where I was on my retreat, we didn't use names. They felt too grounded, too, I don't know, confining. Names are immaterial, really.
So it's just disappointing, it sounds so transformative. I would love to get an inspiration like that in my own work.
Well, I find that if the opportunity is suited for you, it will come knocking, so to speak.
Oh, all right. Thanks for talking to me.
Damn. I should have talked to her. I would have been like, tell me what you know.
Tell me. Uses my brain powers.
No, Maria turns and in her head she's like, God, what a bitch.
Oh, he's a Batman villain.
God.
She's like, God, I hate artists.
She's so pretentious.
Why are we all like this?
It's so pretentious. I love it.
All right. I will let you.
Period.
I love your fear sign. I will let you do your questioning, Ari. What are you looking for behind the computer desk?
I guess this is a side question. Because I'll be able to tell when she's coming back, can I at least like close all the stuff that I'm doing before she catches me? So like she'll still see me at the desk. Okay, so she won't know what I got into. I
will let you close things and whatnot because you had a mixed success. You didn't straight fail the roll, so yeah. Right.
Okay. Shit. Actually, does she have like? Can I wirelessly put any of her files on my phone, like with AirDrop, that kind of thing? Or does she have an old computer? She would have an old computer.
She doesn't have an old computer. She has a fairly new computer, but it's not an Apple
Okay.
computer. So I don't know if you can
Okay.
airdrop to things that are not Apple.
Yeah.
She's got.
Tell me
she's got,
your
like,
NPC's brand preferences.
she's got a Dell monitor and
Right.
an Asus processor. I don't fucking know computers.
Yeah. Literally same.
She's
I'm
got.
not gonna.
She
I'm not
a
gonna lie and
gamer?
say.
Yeah, I got this sick gaming PC at the gallery. I'm gonna play Fortnite at the gallery.
I stole this gaming PC from an art gallery.
I'm not gonna backtrack and lie and pretend that Vivian would keep a USB in her pouch on her leg. But I do wish there was somewhere I could keep it. Anyway, what I was gonna look for is go into like all of the file registry that she has, and like all of the cache files that are made when you open stuff, and see if there's any documents or applications that she downloaded around a month and a half ago, and see if she has any because okay, I guess there's two things. First, I'll try to see what her upload pattern is for her art, what her nomenclature is, because that's like surface level, so then I can find out where the art is. And then I'll see if I can find the art at the time when her style changed, so I can see exactly what the change was and get a taste of it or whatever. And if that goes quickly, I'll try to email it to myself, but that's probably when she's gonna catch me. So I'll try to do that.
You can roll thought or power for me.
Definitely power. Come on, bad bitchery! 14! Give me all the information. Give me everything. Give me everything on the computer.
God, I hate your fucking Google ability. Next time I'm gonna run this campaign in a place without fucking Google.
Oh my God.
1800s now. Fuck you.
Right, the 1800s.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Her computer is not like encrypted.
Right.
She's an artist, not an IT tech person. So it's pretty easy. Like the front desk computer, like you get the sense that this is like not her personal computer. This is her work computer. So it has all of her like art pieces and like graphic design files for flyers and things like that. And she's got like InDesign and Photoshop and all that jazz on this computer. You're looking and you find a lot of like digital art files, most of them older. And all of her paintings are like named painting dot like PNG because they're all pictures and scans of her paintings. You're going through and you're looking for when that like shift happens, right? Like when her art shifts.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than
trying to find the art itself as well.
Rather than seeing like a shift in paintings, you see what appears to be a shift in photo quality. Because previously, all of the pictures of her art have been really clear and really pristine, the way that like pictures of art always are, like when you hire a professional photographer to come and take pictures of your art pieces. All of the art pieces from her like newer period get more and more like blurry and like hard to look at, like almost like, actually no, for you it does like almost begin giving you a headache. Like it is a painful sensation to look at these photos because you can't see them, you can't perceive them in a way that like your brain can put together. And then eventually you get to a point where there aren't photos, and you try to open the photos and the files are entirely corrupted. Like they're not there. And you remember from when you were looking at her like portfolio site, there were no new pictures of the work for her latest gallery opening, and this might be why.
Do the ones that are like completely corrupted, do they still have the same nomenclature and appear to just be pictures of her paintings from like the outside and before you try to go and look at them? Yep. Okay. And this is probably where I'm going to get caught. But the file type and the file size and all the metadata of the files, is that normal too? It doesn't look like it's messed up, or is it like bigger files, or they get actually more pixelated when it gets lower quality, or what?
As someone who doesn't know a lot about computers, I will say that like the files are fucked up. I don't know
Okay.
how they would appear fucked up, but the files themselves are fucked up.
Okay. Okay. Is it, since it's so top level, is it possible to just email it to me? To just email it to myself?
You can try as she's like approaching.
Or like put it on my Google Drive?
Yeah, you can try as she's like approaching, and she's like giving like a pseudo tour to Maria and pointing out her like old pieces that she doesn't think highly of anymore. And
Maria's
that same...
Maria's like impatiently trying to get her to into the other room. Because she cares about
Right.
the it's like, but
Yeah,
you
it's just
know
kind
these
of following behind and nodding along with everything that she says.
they're probably like 10 levels deep in
finished it.
art. They're probably like 10 levels deep in art jargon.
And they come to that, and Laura sort of sees you at her desk, and oh, sorry, what are you doing?
And Vivian's like, she's like totally deer in headlights, and now she's awake. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought there was some means of, and she like quickly like changes the screen to being her website. And it's like, I thought there might have been some kind of way to like order the pictures online because there was nothing on your website. She has to be like, really? I don't know. I was just trying to buy your stuff. I just love your art so much. You see, I painted something, but I see now it's really more based off of your early work. She's like throwing all her BS, like every level of nonsense. I'm so sorry about that.
Laura smiles at you, Vivian, and it is the most unpleasant sensation you've ever experienced.
Fear.
Like it is beyond fear. It is almost primal. The way that she's smiling, and like for a split second, her mouth is too big and too wide, and it stretches up too far as she's smiling, and you get the distinct sense that she knows you're lying.
Okay.
And she just smiles. Oh, I don't sell prints of my art. They're much too important for that. But you're always welcome to take something home. I love knowing that a piece of me is in someone else's space.
That's terrifying.
No, that's just what artists are like.
But I would really appreciate it if you didn't sit back there. I have some classified files of clients that really shouldn't be seen.
And then Vivian, okay. For a long time, Vivian's been dialing it back because she's the normal one, but not comparatively. But now she's gonna dial it back up and be like, you know what? F you. What are you doing? And she's gonna kind of just get her energy back together and Stepford wife.
I love your
Literally.
sign.
Yeah, Laura is either a normal artist or the Joker.
Fear.
Right. I'm about to Stepford wife back at Laura and be like, oh, I'm so sorry for encroaching on your space. I know how important it can be to an artist, especially one who's so clearly in her developmental stages and a little protective of her work. But I understand. And as you can see from where I am now, I'm not anywhere close to where you've gotten so far. And it would mean everything to me if I could just follow your traces and your footsteps. And I heard about your transformative experience moving you to a completely new level. That would, I respect your process. So I apologize for that. But definitely something I'm interested in myself. And she's like, no, bitch.
Maria's just in the background like, yes, get her ass.
Get her, Jade.
Destroy her.
Laura smiles at you again and puts her hand out to shake your hand and says, well, if you're ever interested in looking into yourself a little more and finding what's better in your art, I'd be happy to show you sometime. I have some wonderful techniques for really getting out of yourself. It's very important for artists to get out of our own heads every once in a while.
And Vivian puts her hand out, but puts it down like an old Victorian woman. So you have to take it. You can't we're not shaking hands. You're taking my hand because I am delicate and you are in control. And she's like, oh, enchante. Continues moving on.
Oh, Laura will take Vivian's hand and kiss it. And
she's like,
Vivian, you're getting a bit of a headache. The longer you sort of look at and interact with Laura, you're getting a bit of a headache. It's sort of building behind your eyes.
Okay.
Get your hands off.
Can I shoot that to everyone, like with my two, without visibly looking like I am not focusing? Is that possible? Probably not, right?
No, it takes a bit of your focus to do that.
Okay, so I'll wait then. But yeah, we're just matching energy. We're probably like the same height. I think we're almost
about
exactly the same height.
About the same
like,
height, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna take it and pull in close to her and kind of be like, okay, we're cool now, but we hate each other. That.
Yeah.
And just move along.
You are the two hottest girls in school, and you know it.
And we know.
And you are having a psychic battle for prom queen.
We're just going.
You're having a psychic battle for
art gallery prom queen.
Do you want to pick the painting that you're bringing home, and then we can take a quick break?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still pretending I don't know any of you people.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. Dorian is pretending
Dorian is just standing here.
They don't know anyone.
I don't know what the fuck is going on. PbtA didn't bother changing their appearance because with their one, they're not going to be remembered anyway. So.
Fair enough.
So I guess I'll ask Alina, did we get the okay to buy a painting?
I don't know, did I?
Yeah. You call Damien up. I assume you go out of the art gallery.
I went outside and back in.
Yeah. So you call Damien, and it doesn't even take very much convincing. Damien just oh yes, we have a budget for when more
for buying evil paintings.
Essentially, if someone has an object that we feel would be safer in the Institute, sometimes the easiest way to acquire it is just to purchase it from them.
I think we need to put Laura in the Institute.
For real. At this point.
Not an innuendo, for putting somebody away. Just literally, just pick her up and put her in a box somewhere in the archives.
I mean,
this is our in-house painter. She just lives here now.
Yeah.
First artist.
Put her in a shoebox and she lives in here.
Maria calls her up hey, do you want to check out where I work? We have a really cool painting archive.
We lure her in.
So Damien gave you the limit on the company credit card is $5,000, so you can't buy a house, but you could buy a couple of paintings or one particularly large and fancy painting.
Can we get the big one?
You need to convince her to give us the big one.
Well, the big one is probably not done yet.
Yeah,
okay, so
she doesn't know that you know what it is. Yeah.
So we have to steal the big one.
But we could maybe buy it for when it's ready.
Yeah.
Or we could come back at night and steal it.
Ooh, do that. We could come back at night and burn the whole place to the ground.
A painting like that is probably more than $5,000.
So the thing is,
Yeah.
is that we could buy several of the or a couple of the paintings, come back at night, steal the big painting, and burn the remaining paintings.
Maria is not on board with the last step, but
We'll see.
Steal as much as we can carry and burn the entire place to the ground.
No one respects
I feel
Arson.
Arson.
can we like talk about which one we want to buy on our own?
I
Like,
mean,
without being next to her.
if you like tell her that you are intent on purchasing a painting, and like want some space to look at them, she will let you. Yeah.
I have to pretend I don't know you guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. If we get out of her line of sight, I can change into a different person. I can walk out of the store and walk back in as a different person.
And walk back.
I can
That's
do
true.
it.
You
Right.
can, yeah.
Damn, I'm gonna do that.
So
yeah, I don't think it would be great if Alina interacted with this person because she would be tempted to kill her. So
murder her.
Alina, you can't just stab all your problems to death.
I don't stab anyone. It's just a light touch.
You can't touch all
Okay.
your problems to death.
So I'm gonna. Alina goes to Maria and she says, "We have permission to buy like $5,000 worth of paintings."
Maria's thrilled.
Maria transcends.
So
Yeah,
she hands her the card and she says, "Go nuts."
So Apia, just like Dorian, like thanks Laura for like talking to her, and then like shuffles out, and then like goes into an alleyway and comes back in as like still looking vaguely looking vaguely less homeless. Like they're wearing a button down this time and like slacks and short like brown hair.
I forgot. Do you have to roll for that? I don't remember my own
Taller.
game.
I don't remember. Let me see.
You probably have to
Hello.
roll for, I assume.
No, it just says malleable form. You can change. It doesn't say anything about
Perfect.
rolling.
Cool. Then nope. You
Yeah.
can just do that.
Yeah, I'm also slightly taller.
Are you taller than Laura? Did you make yourself taller than Laura?
Yes.
Be petty.
And they have like hazel eyes.
Ooh, I love them. Laura will greet them as they come in.
And then we'll use that as the excuse to I'm gonna walk over to Maria and be like, "Hey, just real quick. So like, let's say you and I are like college roommates, and she's your grandma. Okay? I think that's a good idea."
Okay. Wait.
No,
that's fine.
Apia says, my name is Vale. I'm just here to I was wondering where my friends went off to, and I like look at you guys because I want to be a part of this group.
Hi.
I want to rejoin the group.
We're here.
Swag.
These are some pretty.
Oh my gosh, Vale, you made it. Oh.
I look at Maria and I said, should have known you went to the local art gallery. That seems like somewhere I'd find you. So.
And Laura like laughs again. It's like, "Oh, well, it is very easy to get lost in here. Welcome. Please take a look around. I think your friends are planning on buying a couple of things."
Oh, wonderful.
So
Okay.
Maria is gonna point out the painting that she initially was drawn to, and like,
I have to also add, it's kind of difficult for me to do, but before when they were talking as Dorian, the excitement sounded very like real. When they're talking right now, it sounds very forced. They sound like they are trying their hardest to sound like to put any emotion into their voice. Big straining.
Big strain. Yep.
Yeah, so Maria's gonna point out the one that she initially kind of mind melded with and be like, we should get that one. I like that one.
And also, I noticed when I was on her computer that the middle time paintings, the middle period stuff was like kind of encrypted, and the late period stuff was was not able to be captured. All of the files are corrupted. None of it made any sense digitally. So I don't know if this is like her newest thing, but we should try to find something that's like the most captivating, like the hardest for us to not get sucked into, and get that too.
Apia kind of points at the back and is like, what's that giant painting?
Are you asking Laura or your friends?
I'm asking the fucking
The
Mystery
group.
Incorporated. The fucking meddling kids. What's going on?
We are.
Oh, it's
And
super.
grandma.
It's really cool if you wait, Laura can't hear us, right?
I mean, you're in the same like building as her, so if you're quiet enough, maybe not.
No. She's gonna be like, oh, that one's like super haunted. It shows you your own front door.
We need that one.
It's not haunted.
Collectively, we need this painting.
And it's like,
Do you think
it's
for-
pretty big. Can we even
Do you
get
think
it in
it's
the
for sale?
car?
In the mystery
For sale?
machine? No.
Apia looks at Maria, who seems to be the expert on paint, and says, do you think it's for sale?
I mean, probably not, since we weren't even supposed to look at it.
We'll have to come back tonight. And Apia cracks their knuckles and takes,
Ready.
and because their clothes are like glamored basically right now, they reach into what shouldn't be a pocket and pull out the thermos of coffee from earlier.
So should we maybe like roll for trying to find the most haunted painting?
The most haunted
Yeah.
painting.
So I'm going to
Yeah.
introduce you guys to a term from witchcraft, which is I work with enchanted objects. These objects I would describe as enchanted.
Yeah.
Either
that's
enchanted
fair.
or cursed.
I
But
understand.
I lean
Cursed.
towards enchanted.
I personally understand that these paintings are not haunted. Maria.
Maria, on the other hand.
Maria is using
Yeah,
haunted.
Alina is very insistent in not calling them haunted because that's her area of expertise.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
she.
She's like,
Goes
they
through
are not
Alina's
haunted.
thing.
They don't have like a person in them.
This is the girl whose only frame of reference for spiders puppeting people was the Disney film Ratatouille. These are haunted paintings to her.
These are haunted.
Yeah, I
You
will
see
say,
this? Maria pointing at a painting. This is haunted.
fuck.
Super haunted.
I will
It's
say,
so-
you can roll thought, or Vivian can roll power. And if Vivian, if you choose to roll power, it'll be whichever one gives you the worst headache.
Okay.
And if
Really
you
like
all
this one.
want
I
to
hate this
roll,
one.
I'll give you like a collective score, or one of you can roll with not advantage, but like a +2. Whatever.
I have a +2 to thought, so I can roll. I can
Let's-
attempt.
I think it.
Let's all roll
I think we should-
together. Let's
Let's
do it
Yeah, you want to
collectively.
put it all together? Yeah, collective.
I wanna use my first power on the list.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Let me check something for you real fast and make sure sorry. That's yeah, right?
Give me a second.
Secret abilities.
I was fixing something. That's why there's a wrench on my
It's,
desk. I just
I think
like
we've all
playing
just
with it.
accepted that you have objects on your desk.
What's the weirdest object I have on my desk right now?
um,
Probably
sorry, I
him.
don't have your guys' character feeds open today.
Does our collective roles
Okay.
still have our individual bonuses?
Yes, so keep your bonuses.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
what are you looking at, Alina?
I'm trying to sense. Right, I'm trying to sense if there's any of that going on, either on Nora or any of the group. If that kind of thing is close.
Not that you can tell. In fact, when like if you're looking at Laura specifically, it's like for the average person, you don't see much unless something is like happening. But like for Laura, it's kind of like like looking into like warped glass or a warped mirror. So like anything you might have seen is so like distorted that you can't tell what's happening.
Huh.
Laura is a bad bitch, bruh. Who is she? Hello?
Is she
Ma'am.
single? All right. How did
Is she
everyone
single?
do
Hello?
on our collective looking for haunted painting rolls?
What do
I
we
got
roll?
a-
Thought or power?
Thought. Thought, unless you are Vivian. Vivian can roll power.
I got
So-
an 8.
I also got an 8.
3.
11.
Mark experience.
Hey, level up.
We'll do that post so that we don't have to do it mid-session. We can do it in the break because we should take a break once you guys pick these paintings.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Alina, you are not really like you're a little more focused on what you're doing, so you kind of like step back and let the kids pick the paintings. You're kind of like a grandmother at a candy store, letting your kids pick whatever they want. And so each of you sort of wander and find paintings. Maria, you find the one that sort of captivated you, and to you this one is the most captivating because you've already sort of made a connection with it. So once you look at that one again, you're like, I can't imagine a painting more captivating than this.
I'm like that one episode of Parks and Rec with this
Yeah.
painting.
Yes, I love that.
Apia, to you, all of the paintings, they make you not angry, but there's something sort of like something twists inside of you that doesn't like any of these later paintings. Like it's almost like a threatening feeling, like you feel like something is infringing on you and on your like space. And
Wow,
so
getting territorial over this painting. Jesus Christ.
essentially, and like you get the
Cool.
sense that like something in these paintings is at odds with something that is a part of you. And so you kind of
Okay.
look around and find one that feels the most at odds with you. And so you pick a painting out, but it makes you uncomfortable to like look at all of these for a very long time.
I
Vivian,
very softly growl at the painting that I've chosen.
nice. Vivian, the deeper you go into this art gallery, you have like more and more of a headache, and your vision starts getting a little blurry. Like it is like painful. Essentially, you are in so much like headspace pain that it's hard to be back here. And like you end up sort of like you find the painting that makes your head sort of like almost feel like it's splitting to look at, and you are trying desperately to like make this painting come together in front of your eyes, and like it keeps like trapping you and walking you in circles in a way that you can't like even like put words to, and you're like, this is it, this is the like the most haunted of the paintings, and so you pick that one.
Okay.
But you
I
you
think we
have
have our
a
range.
horrendous headache.
Right. Tripping. Okay. Flag.
But yeah, you all can
Run up
you all
Damien's
you all
credit
can-
card.
Picked a painting.
You picked a painting that I viscerally hate.
Laura's
I'm the
back
only
at-
one. I'm the only one having fun right now, aren't I?
Laura's back at her desk, and she like you essentially bring her the like cards. You don't like bring the paintings. You
Right.
bring her the cards, and then she puts them into the computer and like rings them up, and then she will wrap the paintings up for you essentially. And she sees what you've picked, and she's like, I'm so glad to see these going to good homes. I would love to hear about where you put them and how they brighten your space.
Mm.
And
We'll keep in touch.
and she runs the card and hands it back to you. And here we're going to take a much later than usual break.
Thank you.
Sorry, everyone. So we'll be back in like about 5-10 minutes, probably.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back. This will be we are going to go a little bit late today, so anyone who's used to this ending at 5 PST or 8 EST, we're going to go a little bit late today to finish up this case. But yes, we are back from our break, and our merry band of Mystery Incorporated, I don't remember what we've called ourselves, the Ravenwood researchers, have just purchased 3 paintings from Laura, the odd painter. And Laura like packages them up in like wax paper essentially, and then like has them stacked and goes, "Do you want to take these with you, or
Yes.
Okay, you don't need them delivered?
No.
Okay. Be sure they don't, I don't know, get damaged in driving. Sometimes I worry about that.
We'll take good care of them.
Thank you."
Apia completely deadpan, like no expression changes on their face, and they say, "I'll die before I let something happen to your paintings." without any change in expression at all.
Oh, wow, that's so sweet of you. I don't think anyone's ever said something so passionate to me.
And
Apia
then
smiles, but
Vivian-
it looks difficult.
Vivian, I guess this is when we take the painting. So Vivian will take one of them, and in the same move, hit bump Apia out of the way, and be like, "Yes, well, this one will find a particularly nice home in our bathroom. I think it was very fitting. I'm so pleased for your work. It sits in a very appropriate location. I hope we can meet again." And she goes and does the fake like cheek to cheek thing, and like is focusing really hard on not passing out, and at the
From
same
her
time
headache,
like
yeah.
giving off her own like Vivian's energy isn't even like an aggressive one. It's the way that it would make people feel isn't even like that. But she's just trying to be like, "Hey, I'm magical too, bitch. Leave me alone. I'm cool." And then
Leave me alone, you
still look
creepy.
cool at the same time. And at the same time be composed.
Yeah, she smiles, not quite that same like terrifyingly wide smile, but a pretty wide one, and says, "I want them to be the place where they'll get the most viewing, so maybe it is a good idea."
And then Vivian's like, "Yeah, stupid."
And
Just
she
cartoon grumbling.
she opens the door for you to exit and goes, "But do remember, my doors are always open."
Apia, out of character. Apia, always.
Always.
Looks at the lock picks and goes like, "Oh."
As So as soon as we leave, Maria's like, "I have a theory. I think we need to go to the apartment complex."
Okay, that sounds good.
I think
As soon as-
she's always talking about spaces and places and wanting her paintings in your home. They obviously had power here, but I think they might have more power in your home. So I want to see the one in the apartment complex, and maybe we can just snag that one too. It might make our statement giver pretty happy.
Yeah,
Really quick, I want to say,
maybe.
as soon as we get out of there and out of like range of being seen by Laura, Apia like cracks their neck. It goes back like kind of like being crackly, and then shifts back to their normal form.
Glow stick.
glow
Crack
stick.
and
Crack like a glow
shake
stick.
Apia like a glow stick to return to factory settings.
We're doing a soft reset on our Apia.
Yeah.
That's the chiropractor.
Soft reset.
But yeah,
That sounds like a good idea.
So let's take these cursed canvases into the institute.
Yeah.
where
sorry.
no one will see them again. And then we can go to the apartment complex.
Hmm.
Apia just says, in the interest of making open and clear communication with the rest of the group, I'd like to attempt to steal the large painting.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I think that's a good
poss-
idea.
And I
Yeah.
think that we should, if we can't steal, then destroy the rest of the paintings. It might make it look more like, it might destroy some evidence and also get it out of our hair.
Hmm.
Fine with
The
that.
was the big painting done? Well, actually, we might be able to call her under a pseudonym, or if we can attempt
don't
to
want to
maintain
wait.
a relationship. Yeah, I don't know. If it's not done, we might want to harness as much psychic cursed energy as possible.
I don't want to wait until it's more powerful. I'd like to take it now.
It already knows where we live.
That's true.
No, not really. We didn't.
We know where we live.
We didn't give her like the institute's address.
No, she doesn't know where the painting. She doesn't know where we live. The painting knows where we live.
No, it knows our home.
It's a difference.
That's not the same thing.
Oh,
It's not the same thing for me.
I just don't want to wait until this painting gets any more powerful. I'd like to get it out of
Yeah, we need to steal it. Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Little
That's the
heist. Little art heist. We're gonna go on.
If the other ones can psychologically suck you in and so viscerally damage your ego, and not like your personality ego, like your ego, super ego, like maybe this door one is like actually a door, like physically or
Yeah, I thought about that
metaphysically.
too.
Yeah, it's like that's actually possible.
I mean, we didn't try to open it. Maybe we should have.
Yeah.
We can do that tonight before we burn the place down.
Yeah.
Apia cracks their knuckles in character.
I just wanna put it out there that I am against the destruction of the arts. But I also can't
I don't like those
stop
paintings.
you.
They make me uncomfortable.
I like them.
Yeah, they're all very annoying. That's true. But
Annoying.
None of you understand art.
Damien,
and Vivian's like, oh really?
wanna chip in?
Oh, do we?
Territorial.
Oh, is that so?
What did
After you say,
Ro?
after Ari, your character, sorry, I'm so bad with names. Vivian, after you say annoying, Apia grumbles out territorial.
Accurate.
What did you say, Ro?
Damien, you wanna chime in on this situation? Because Damien was in the car, right?
Damien didn't come.
Oh, I thought he was in the car with us. And right, okay.
Damien's back at the Institute.
So should we tell Damien that you're going to steal the painting and burn the place down?
No.
That's up to you.
I'm asking you, Apia.
I use my
I understand if you think it's better to not do it. I'm not going to rat you out. I'm a cool grandma like that.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Ro? I missed most of your sentence.
If you think it would be better to tell Damien what you're planning.
I don't know Damien that well, whether he would try to stop me.
He might try to stop you, yeah.
Then we don't tell him.
Sure.
Yeah.
Don't we have to? Isn't
Not really.
that part of the investigation?
We can tell him that we are going to procure the last painting. And we don't have to tell him.
I mean, he's not our dad. If we go say we're going to do one thing and do another thing,
mean,
The
we're
job of the archivist
well.
and the job of the, let's call ourselves agents, I suppose, of the institutes are different. On paper, yeah, we are meant to assist the archivist, but in reality, in
Right.
practice, we do a lot of other things.
Maria's just
Then we don't tell him anything. Bring him a painting that is potentially dangerous and leave it at that.
all right. Let's get going.
Yeah,
Cool. We take the paintings to the institute. Then
the
first,
institute.
we hand them to Damien. We tell him these are
haunted
cursed as all
paintings.
shit.
Oh, you bought haunted paintings.
We did. They're really
Cursed.
cool.
Cursed
Very
paintings.
cool.
Haunted. I will dutifully bring them to artifact storage after I look at them.
They
This
will
one is
give you a headache.
particularly.
Everything
Oh,
gives
them
me a
so
headache
long.
these days, Alina.
They didn't give me a headache. I just thought they were cool.
They might give you some sort of existential crisis.
Nah,
But
They're very easy to get.
what age is Damien?
Damien's probably like 30.
He's used to it then.
It's normal for him. He's always having an existential crisis. He's been the archivist for about a year and a half.
Baby archivist.
He's a baby archivist, yeah. But he worked with Alina in research before becoming the archivist, so he's been here a while. But yeah, he takes the paintings from you and will bring them to artifact storage, where they will be kept in their wax paper wrapping.
Cool.
Nice.
We will also be going
How ironic.
to the primary location of where
The original.
statement giver, right? The original issue was raised with this painting. We will be going there.
Oh, well, give my best to the statement giver. I hope she's doing okay.
She's not.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
I talked to
fair
her.
enough.
She's not. But hopefully we can change that, and we'll test a theory that Maria has regarding the power of the paintings.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, good. Bye.
LOL.
He sees you off with a wave.
So we're gonna drive off to the statement giver's location. Is there anything in particular that we need to do or look out for? See how these paintings interact with space. This painting interacts with our minds, with the area around it, if it has the same energy, see if it feels the same physically and psychologically. And that's about it, because we really got all the information that we could that was relevant over the phone and through the statement already, right?
Yeah, you got, so you have like the description of what the painting did to the statement giver to Erica, and you also have her second, like her calling her and checking in with her, that like she hasn't left her apartment since then because she's afraid of seeing the painting, but she also hasn't slept in like what is going on a week now from the last time you spoke to her. So she's really not doing well.
That's death. I'm gonna try to hypnotize her. We're gonna peek into that little area of my psychological skills. But yeah, let's get on that. We can go first.
All right. So we get to the apartment complex, and the statement giver already told us that if we want to, we can just knock and she'll let us in, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we can sort of ring her bell and she will let us in.
Yeah, let us, the apartment number. Wasn't it 32? 3? I think it might have been one number.
It might be in the statement. I don't remember.
It doesn't
It's
matter.
okay.
If there was a number involved, I don't know it.
I remember I asked, but I didn't write it down.
All right.
But
So
Alina would have.
I can't remember if I it's funny.
it's fine.
But anyway, we'll just dial her and on the whatever, the front door keypad to apartments and be like, "Hey, yo, Erica, let us in to see your haunted painting."
So are you just gonna call up to her apartment to be let into like the
Mhm.
front of the building essentially? Yep. It takes a moment, but she answers and she's, hello.
We're
And
from
we
the
all look at Alina.
Ravenwood Institute. We're here to see your painting.
Oh, it's not my painting.
The
But-
painting.
But I will let you up. Yes. Yes. And there's a buzzing sound as the door unlocks.
Here to destroy the painting.
Let's
guess I'll
destroy
say-
them.
How do I feel? How do I feel upon looking at this painting?
I don't think we
That's what I
Uh,
want to know.
You have to get to the painting, but I mean there's
Oh, okay.
there's nothing like it's not in the lobby.
Okay.
It's on the like floor that Laura and
All right, we
Erica
gotta
live
decide
on.
if we're taking the elevator or the stairs, assuming this place has an elevator.
It has an elevator.
All right, I'm taking the
accessible.
elevator.
I'm not taking an elevator with you.
What did I do?
Neither am I. Right. Yeah.
Right.
I'll take an elevator, but I won't take one with you. So I don't know about
I'm
this.
taking this. I'll take fucking stairs. Fuck
Stairs
you.
it is.
I'm taking the elevator. I'm old.
I'll take the stairs with Apia.
Yeah,
That's nice of you.
y'all,
That's nice of you.
y'all do that.
I'm
What
nice.
floor are we going to?
Second, you're not going that high up.
Okay, good. Because if it was like the 8th floor or something, I was gonna flip my lid.
I think it would be funny if it was like the 15th floor.
Right.
Do you know
Okay.
that most buildings don't have a label for the 13th floor?
Because
They
it's
technically
unlucky.
have a 13th floor, but they just don't label it.
Yeah.
They label it as the 14th floor because people freak out because America's superstitious.
Very stupid.
Anyway, we're going up there.
Yeah. You get up to the landing of the floor, and the way the apartment complex is set up essentially is like there's a staircase, and then the apartments are in sort of a weird like kind of U shape essentially. And like down the middle of the building, like on the lobby floor, is like the lobby, but in the like on each floor essentially there's like a common room where people could like go and sit if they wanted to, or like there's like on some floors there's like workout equipment, things like that. It's just like a common space, and it is not in that common space that the painting is, but like the wall that like is adjacent to the door to the common space is where the painting is.
Mm. Okay.
So I'm gonna touch it.
Any of you who are approaching it, I will need force rolls from.
Okay.
I'm just standing. I'm just standing as far away from it as possible and looking at it.
Looking.
I am looking directly at it.
I'll say thought or force. You can use thought if you want to.
Okay, so if we can use thought, that's a 7 for me. Otherwise, it would have been a 5.
11.
I got an 11.
I hope I
Birdie
failed,
and I
bruh.
both got
Let me
an
fall
11 to
over.
look. Or, well, I'm looking. I don't know what you're
Looking.
doing.
I
Looking
am-
respectfully.
Excitedly approaching the painting.
I don't know. I'm disrespectfully looking at this painting. I hate it. What do I
Looking
see?
disrespectfully.
What'd you
I
get?
got a 10. I'm walking right on it.
Okay.
Right up on it.
Yep. So the only one of you who has some difficulty is Alina, who got a mixed success. And that difficulty comes in that same sort of warped look that you were getting from Laura herself. is how you feel about this painting, and like you don't like you look at it and you feel it like you've been doing this a long time. You feel that like influence it's trying to exert over you, and in an effort to not be influenced, you just stop looking at it. You can't like you physically stop yourself and move out of its range essentially, so you don't get to like look at it. The rest
Can
of
I
you,
approach it
if you
without
approach
looking at
it,
it?
if you approach it, you will have to roll again with a minus going forward.
Right.
So
Fine,
you
then
can
I'll-
you can make an approach roll,
Mhm.
but you will have to take you will take a -1 forward to your roll.
I extend like a hand and I say, somebody help me get near that painting.
I'll put my arm through one of her arms and do the trademark old lady walk
Yeah.
alongside you.
I
will
do
need
not look at it, and I try to approach. That's what I'm trying to do.
What did I see when I looked at the painting?
you said
Disrespectfully?
disrespectfully. Looking
Yeah.
disrespectfully.
Looking disrespectfully at the painting.
You all right, if I will say if you're going to do that, I'm going to give you the hard choice of you will either not be able to approach it, or once you approach it, it's going to start to trap you. That's going to be your hard choice.
Start to what?
Trap you.
Trap.
Trap me.
Trap you.
Fine. You can trap me. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So all of the rest of you are looking at this painting,
I'm
and
touching the painting.
I'll get back to you on that. I will get back to you on that. You're looking at it. Vivian, you have never had a migraine this bad in your life. This painting is painful to look at. It is giving you supreme headaches. It feels like your nose is bleeding, even though your nose isn't bleeding. Like you feel the sensation as if there is blood coming from your nose. That's how bad the headache is. But you are looking and trying to find a pattern in this, and you can't. But you're not trapped in it. You're just sort of being like hurt by it in a metaphysical sense. Like it doesn't want you looking at it, and that much is obvious to you.
Yeah, it's throwing me. It's throwing my ability to perceive it.
Yeah, exactly. The other two of you, well, I guess I'll do Apia, because Apia is not touching the painting with their hands.
My nose is bleeding though.
My
Just
gay
gonna
little
say.
hands.
Apia gets a nosebleed.
Apia gets a nosebleed. You're looking at the painting and you have that same distaste. This is something you don't like, and you're not entirely sure why, but you get that same like sensation of like this is almost something that feels familiar, but it's just odd enough that it's like threatening you as you look through its passageways, and like
challenging me.
Challenging you,
challenging me.
Painting is
Familiar,
challenging.
but not too familiar.
Painting is challenging you. Maria, you touch the painting.
Put my gay little hands all over it.
You put your gay little hands on this painting, and there are doors and stairways and hallways in this painting, and you feel like you're walking them. You're touching this painting, and it doesn't matter that you succeeded on the roll, because you have touched this painting. And you are being pulled into it, not physically. Again, it's not like dragging you out with its hands, but you are like, you suddenly find yourself walking down this hallway in your mind and turning its corners, and every inch of you feels that pinprickly sensation, like when your limbs are falling asleep, almost as if you're losing a little bit of that physical connection you normally have, because all of your nerves are prickling as you just sort of turn corners and walk in this painting in your mind, and you are glued to it viscerally. You are staring into it. And Alina, you felt this tug on you and you shook it off, but you didn't heed the warning, so to speak. And so you try to approach it again, and the same thing that's currently happening to Maria is going to happen to you. You look into the painting and your eyes are glued to it, and you're tracing its hallways and stairs and desperately trying to find a way out of a painting. But a painting is two-dimensional and these lines look three-dimensional, and you can't wrap your head around why you can't get out. From an external perspective, to the two of you who are not trapped, these two are just staring with like sort of consternation and confusion into this painting, and like something is definitely off.
Can I light a match and throw it at the painting?
You can. Maria
Can
is
I-
touching the painting, like physically.
Sorry, can I either speak or move at all?
Can I try to move Maria?
In answer to Rose's question,
Sorry.
You are not like, I mean, you can try and I can tell you what happens.
Right. I'm going to try to sort of grasp for Vivian.
Oh, we're already locking arms.
Right,
Yeah,
but
Vivian's lost.
as I am lost in the painting, I don't see Vivian, right?
Yeah, you are no longer aware of Vivian, essentially.
Right. I'm trying to find Vivian again, knowing that Vivian was in contact with my body. So I'm trying to move my body to touch Vivian, sort of ground myself. And if I can, I will try to say a single word, and I will send you the message, and you tell me if I can say this.
Okay. You, like, in whatever space you are in, you are moving. In your mind's eye, you are moving, but to everyone else, you are stationary. You have not moved.
I feel like I am, and I don't know if you played Diablo 2, but there's a level that's sort of staircases and hallways that just free floating space.
Ooh.
And I'm really feeling that level, minus all the monsters.
That is like conceptually what this space that you're in is, except I assume in Diablo it's like made of stone and stuff, right?
Right, it's like a marble sort of, it's just floor and stairways that go up and down, sort of very convoluted.
This space that you're in is very colorful. Like there's a lot of color and light in this space. So like it's not like stone hallways and stone floors. It's like you're in like an 80s hotel or an airport.
Right. Okay.
It's a lot of color.
And I'm trying to
Birdie,
utter
are
a
you
single
good?
word with.
We stand dirty.
acting.
We
Okay.
stand
I was
dirty.
making sure you were good.
Stand dirty in
I'm
this
not actually
house.
paralyzed.
It is a lot of work to hold this position, y'all.
Damn.
You say that word, you think, but the rest of you don't hear Alina say anything. So but like Alina doesn't know that they have not heard her.
Right.
In Alina's mind, she said the word.
She's screaming it into the void.
Tuna dans le vide. Exactly.
Can I try to move Maria?
Yeah, how long is this going on?
I mean,
looking at
if you let them stand here, they will not move. Like they are.
Okay,
they are
I'm gonna try to move.
I mean, like
Maria.
how many seconds has it been since we approached the painting?
Probably like a minute, I would say.
Okay, I'm just going to calmly put my hand in front of Alina's eyes and be like, hello? Like, are you good? Very slowly.
So you're just covering her eyes, essentially?
Mm-hmm. And like watching to see exactly how she responds to it.
She's looking kind of past you at this point. But I'm gonna have you roll again to escape, Alina, and you will get a +1 to your roll because Vivian is
Right.
trying.
What am I rolling?
In a
Thanks
second.
for the help.
In a second.
I'm trying to move you.
Yeah, in a second, once I've gotten through Apia and Maria, when you roll again, I will tell you, and you will get a +1. What are you doing, Apia?
I'm going to try and pick Maria up and move them
Okay.
away from the painting, but getting as close as I'm only getting as close to the painting as I absolutely have to, and I'm not looking at it. I am just looking at kind of the floor to gauge where her feet are,
Yeah.
and then
Looking
I'm just
disrespectfully.
Looking disrespectfully at this painting. Okay, roll force to pick
Not
Birdie up
respect the
and
painting.
move. Rather not Birdie to pick Maria up and move her.
I'm not good at force, but here we go.
We are all weak.
Okay,
We all work out at the library.
that's a 7. Nice.
Hey. Okay, so I will give you a choice. You can either pull her back but stumble into the painting's influence in her place and have to roll to escape it again. Or you can just give her a +1 to escaping the painting.
I'll trade myself.
Okay. So you pick Maria up, and it like it is weird because you feel her physical body just fine. But you can definitely get the sense that there is something between her and the painting that is like locking her here. But as you move her and like essentially rip her out of what this painting has her in, she breathes again and like comes back into her body. And Maria, from your perspective, it's as if someone has like opened a door behind you, grabbed you by the scruff of your neck, and yanked you out at top speed. And Ipia, in like doing this, you catch a glimpse into the hallway that Maria was stuck in, and it's enticing you. So would you roll either force or thought again for me? And Ro, you can also roll to attempt to get out of the painting, force or thought, with a +1 from Vivian's help.
I got a 9.
Okay.
6. Ah.
Is that with the +1?
Yeah.
Mark experience.
I guess.
Okay, I'll get back to you in 1 second. Yeah. Apia, it's hard. And it takes you a while, and when you like finally do sort of wrench yourself out of the painting, your head is spinning, and parts of your appearance start to sort of build and rebuild in whatever way you want to describe, as you sort of like try to put yourself back together after this painting has tried to pull you out of your body, essentially. Alina, you're determined. You have been at this your whole life, not your whole life, but a very long time. And
Wow.
you think that you know everything about this job, and you've been in worse situations than this. This is just a painting. You can find your way out of it. And you decide to open one of the doors that you can see in front of you. And when you open this door, the light and color coming out of it is even more bright and overwhelming.
You're in another dimension.
And
You're in another dimension.
There is a laugh that sounds a lot like Laura's, if you remember Laura's, pervading this space. And you take 2 harm. What do they call it? Did I call it harm?
Yeah.
Probably.
2 harm.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is
ow.
draining your very psyche to be in this space, but it's so hard to leave. And you were sure you walked in a door, but there's no door behind you now.
Okay.
Where?
From the outside, seeing that Alina did not respond, Vivian is gonna kneel, squat down, and still be what, like 5'3", and get on Alina's level.
Hey,
And
I hate that Vivian squatting down is my physical human height.
she's like, she's still gonna be very tall. She's gonna get eye to eye with Alina, and just because not only is Alina an old lady, but I don't feel like Vivian could pick her up without having to like actually like roll and potentially mess something up. So she's gonna gingerly turn her as far away from being in line with the painting as she can. So if the painting is here and Alina and Vivian are here, Vivian's gonna get on this side, away from it. So when she turns, she just looks away from the painting. Get her smelling salts, roll them in front of her. She's seen a lot of voodoo shenanigans back home. Make eye contact and use her one and look into Alina's eyes and say Alina by using the one with basically saying respond to me.
Yeah.
So like say yes, basically. And
so
I have to roll for that. So let me.
Yeah.
Come on, please don't be my first failure. Wait, is it thought or power?
Power question mark?
It's power.
Sounds like power.
Another 14. I'm literally on fire.
Did you roll a 12?
I literally got a 12. I literally got a 12.
Well, I mean, that's fine. I don't want Alina to die, so I'm glad you got a 12. We're only 3 cases in. Alina can't die yet.
Alina can't die.
Alina can't die. This is true.
I don't think Alina could die in general.
But yeah. So you are. I will say, Vivian, you succeeded at this, but you are going to take 1 harm because making this connection with Alina in the space that she currently is hurts you, and the flashes of color that you see across your eyes are physically painful in your head. So take 1 harm to successfully essentially scream through the barrier between worlds. And Alina, from your perspective, you are disoriented. You've turned around so many times that you can't remember which way you came from, let alone the door you came in through. And it's getting to a point where you're almost forgetting how you got into this space. You've forgotten walking through the painting. When you hear in the back of your mind, and distorted, but there, and the most visceral thing you've experienced in an immeasurable amount of time. Time doesn't seem to exist here. You hear your name coming from behind you, and you grasp onto that thought, and you cling to it like a rope and viscerally pull yourself. So I want you to roll thought again. Take a +2.
Seven.
Whew!
Barely.
You're gonna die!
Good God!
Girl, you're gonna die!
No, that's a success. A mixed success, but a success.
You're the closest possible success. Alina is living on the edge.
You are pulling yourself back on this rope of hearing Vivian's voice once in your head, and it takes every single bit of self that you have. You are clinging to the idea that you are Alina, and the idea that there is a body that you have, and there is a space for you to return to. And by the time you've gotten back to the body that is yours, you collapse.
Can I say one word?
You can croak out the word you have been dying to say for a time that you can't tell.
I grab at Vivian, and Alina says, acetone, and she collapses.
Hey, can I grab the painting and
don't touch the
rip it off the wall?
again?
You're gonna touch the
Oh,
painting
fuck!
again?
No!
I was just gonna torch it.
Can I touch it with a? Can I like do it with a stick or
Can
something?
I just
Maria
burn? Can I just
dies.
torch it?
Maria-
Yeah, no.
Y'all are addicted to this.
Burn the fucking painting.
I'm gonna torch it.
That was in character. Burn the fucking
Also,
painting.
I'm gonna shout at Maria to like grab the nearest fire extinguisher because I don't actually want to kill everyone in this building. So just
Okay.
like once the painting is gone, we will put out the fire, but we are getting rid of this right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So
You have the fire extinguisher.
As you're doing that, I'm like holding Alina's collapsed pile of nigh dead bones right now, right?
Yeah, she's unconscious in your arms. Yes.
I'm like, can y'all not? Can we like stop dying for 3 seconds while y'all are doing this? Can we please calm down and stop touching things and burning things and touching people who are touching things as like while you're
we're getting rid of this.
the fire extinguisher?
APS says in this voice that sounds like really weird, just says like, we are burning this painting. It almost sounds like echoey. We are burning this painting.
I mean,
What do I
I
need to
gave
do
you
with
another option, but
Wait.
I guess fire is.
What do I
fire-free.
need to roll to burn the painting?
We have acetone.
I will
Are
say.
you telling me that fucking Vivian doesn't paint her nails with her whole
At
goth?
work?
Yeah.
Does she
Yeah.
All the time, and she doesn't have like a little bottle of that in her purse? That
I
was
don't
like
care,
the
and if I
thought
did have that, it
process.
would definitely be in my desk. It would definitely be in my desk for
We're
sure.
burning down the painting.
Vivian basically got 2 wallets worth of stuff under her skirt. That's about it.
It was a good
Oh, okay.
idea, but
We
We're
don't
gonna-
have the supplies to pull it off. So
fire.
I will
Fire.
say, like, probably agile to make sure that you just burn the painting and not
okay.
like the whole wall.
Right.
That's what I'm here for.
Fuck. I got a 13.
Oh,
Holy shit!
I
I
got
thought your
double
fuck was a bad fuck.
I got double sixes.
Holy
I got
shit!
double sixes to fuck up this painting. I
Cool.
rolled max.
Pyromaniac.
You strike your matches using matches or using like axe
I
and a
do
lighter.
have matches on me, but I also have a lighter. I have like a Bic lighter.
You use your Bic lighter and you find a like a corner of the canvas that you don't have to touch, but you can like light that corner of the canvas. And it takes you a few like tries. It takes a little bit because the paint on this is quite thick. But
Yeah.
eventually you get through the like sealant layer into the like paint layers. And it starts to, it doesn't like burst into flames necessarily, but it starts to like melt and smolder and crackle as like the oil drips from the painting onto the floor and begins like sort of muddying the surface of the painting as it heats up and melts before it burns essentially. And then the canvas burns away afterwards in its wake.
Does the paint still, does the sludge feel dangerous or?
No. Once the painting has been sort of destroyed and broken down to its base components, you've lost that sort of like territorial feeling that you've been having, and Maria loses the weird tingling sensation in all of her limbs.
I'm gonna step aside
Put it out
to
then.
let
Put it
Maria
out.
put it out now. So, and then I look at you guys and I say, we need to go.
We should.
The fire alarm is going off.
Yeah.
should
So in
probably
the chaos, we need to get out of here.
We should probably tell the statement giver it's safe to go outside again.
She'll
We
figure
should
it out. We don't have time.
probably help Vivian carry this old lady
Okay.
because some people's priorities are everywhere and we gotta get out now. That's
I'm
what we
gonna
should
slap
do.
the fire extinguisher. Well, no, it's okay for you to have the fire extinguisher. I'm gonna slip that lighter back in my pocket.
Yeah,
So
the fire alarm is going off, and people are sort of like coming out of their apartments.
yeah.
And you
I'm
notice
gonna
that
kind of help Alina as if like maybe she passed out from like the smoke or something and being like, we
Yeah.
need to get my grandmother down the stairs.
you do notice that a couple comes out of the apartment next to the one that you know is Erica's, and both of the young men that come out go knock on her door to
Okay.
help her get out of
I
her
was-
apartment.
Good.
I would have done that.
Because they know her and they are her friends, and they know that she's a very anxious person, and even if she wasn't currently not sleeping and hiding in her room, she would probably need help getting out during an evacuation.
Mhm.
I'm gonna like wave you guys on, and I'd like to stick around and just like make eye contact with her, look at like the thing on the floor, and then look at her again, and then leave.
Okay. The two young men lead her out, and she's like very curled in on herself, and you can tell that like she's not doing well. Like the sleeplessness is really not going well for her.
Okay, then I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go up to her very like, and just kind of like ignoring the two people that are with her, and just like say, it's okay, it's over, and then I'm gonna leave.
You like for a moment, the like distant sort of like, you know when you're so tired that you can't look at things, essentially, that
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
cloudiness leaves her eyes for a split second, and she makes eye contact with you, and the sheer relief on her face, like she begins to cry, essentially. She's so like ecstatic, and she just
Cool.
says thank you, and the two people like continue ushering her out because the fire
Yeah.
alarm is going off and they let you get out of the building.
Right.
Yeah. So we're gonna, and then the rest of us are just gonna escape into chaos. So
Yep, everyone's evacuating, there's a lot happening, it's easy to slip into the background.
Cool.
Is the aura of this of the entire building, is it like totally normal now? Like I like, as Vivian is trying to take like as much care to pay attention to how the air and her head changed and her ability to perceive things changed the moment the painting stopped giving her a headache.
Yes. As far as you're aware, I mean, you're not like walking down every hallway and checking out every single thing, but the like weird headachy overstimulated sensation appears to be gone.
Okay.
I stand corrected. Laura's apartment, like you don't even have to know which one is Laura's, because like looking at her door, you're like, there's some headache behind that door.
Something's fucky.
But yeah, and her room is across from the painting. But you are being ushered out during the fire drill, so perhaps you should not break into someone's apartment during a fire alarm.
Right. Maybe we can do that later. Right. But we'll definitely bounce out of here.
Yeah.
So I think there might have been something to my theory.
Definite. Hard agree. That was ridiculous. And y'all are all stupid. All three of you are dumb. You all endanger yourself in the most pointless ways, and I'm clowning y'all. Yes, I said it. Don't touch stuff. You don't know what it is.
I didn't touch
You
I didn't
anything.
touch it. I didn't touch it. I burned it.
You know, Alina, and then kind of turn.
I'm unconscious.
Vivian has been treating Alina
Alina's
with
still
like
unconscious.
grandma respect. for him.
Alina's still
Oh.
unconscious.
Oh, we're just outside.
I couldn't help it.
Honestly, burning it was probably the only thing that I'm okay with, and I'm not okay with it. But we'll talk about that later. On your ass, Maria. What were you thinking? I saw you reach for it a second time. You probably was trying to take it with us. You done forgot you almost died. No.
I was trying
You're
to
not
pull it
allowed
off.
to touch
I was trying to pull it
nothing
off the
else.
wall.
We still need to get
If
the
it's right in
big
her face,
painting.
you almost died. No.
If you
No.
don't touch
No.
something, you don't understand it.
Nah, if you don't touch it, you don't die.
I
Period.
didn't die. I didn't die. I'm glad I didn't.
You
was
almost
really-
died.
It was
You
really
all
quiet.
in the back.
Well,
In the back,
Thank
like
you.
you almost died. For what
thank
it's
you
worth.
for grabbing me, Apia.
No
But-
problem.
It was just really quiet in there. Never felt like that before.
And with luck, you won't ever feel like that again. Let's go get that big painting.
God, I hope I can sleep tonight.
Yeah.
I will say once you get sort of out and you're in the car again, and I guess you're just laying Alina across the back seat.
Yeah.
Eventually, Alina comes to. It takes a little bit, like probably like 15, 20 minutes, which medically, not great.
Wait, did any of us check for a fucking pulse?
Yeah, can I,
I mean-
actually
you didn't, but
can I actually try something with Alina?
yeah, go ahead.
No, we really
Are
did not
you-
touch the
No.
If I try to touch Alina, are you going to stop me? That's a serious question.
No, but I'll look at you sideways.
Yeah, so I'm gonna first look for a pulse.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're alive.
Yeah, it's there. She is alive.
He does have a pulse.
She does have a pulse.
How do I wanna? Actually, never mind. We'll let her wake. She can wake up on her own.
As we're driving there, AP is going to say, I've been thinking, I don't want to risk losing anyone else. You guys stay in the car. I'm gonna burn the art gallery down.
Yeah, I kind of don't want the big painting anymore. I think that door is gonna open, and I
Well-
don't think it's.
If I put on sunglasses, am I less susceptible to being jacked up by these paintings?
I don't want to risk it.
It would you would need like blackout glasses essentially, not so much like not like a standard pair of sunglasses. But Vivian's been working this job long enough to and also like has had the like gift that she has for long enough to probably know that some things give her headaches. So
Right.
if Vivian has a pair of blackout glasses, it means that she won't be able to see things, but she also won't get those visceral headaches.
Okay. Yeah, Are we back at the art gallery? We passing back by it to destroy it before we go? Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's my plan at least.
Okay. Well, I'm down with that. But before we destroy it, I want to try to go into the door, and I want you to.
Apia is
help
not
me
going to let
get
you.
out.
I
Apia will
going
fight
to-
you before they let that happen.
I feel like there's important stuff in there. Alina's the only one who could tear things up, and if I go by myself, then you can just move me away from it by the time if anything
We are
pops
not
off. But
risking
you already know
that.
she's not there.
Okay, so Apia kind of leans a little bit closer to Vivian and says, like, in their most like serious voice, how many buildings have you broken into and how many times have you been caught? Do you know how
Vivian's
much
like-
time we have? Do you know how difficult it is to get in and out of a building like this that probably has cameras without being seen? Do you know how much more difficult it will be if I have to babysit you? The time that it takes me to get you unstuck from that painting, someone nearby could call 911 and have both of us arrested.
But just destroying it. You're right. Maybe we need to be able to take something of it with us, but I guess we can't.
Some
We took a
doors
few paintings.
should not be
We
open.
did get some paintings.
Yeah, some things should be left alone.
Let's just burn this.
Too
These
bad
paintings
Alina
don't
already
belong
wasted
here.
her willpower.
These
Coulda-
paintings don't belong here, and we need to send them back to wherever they came from.
Well, in that case, I'll stay in the car.
Keep the car
I'm
on.
not
I'll be
going
back.
to arson, but
I'm gonna tell you guys
Okay.
to park like a block away, and to leave the car on, but turn all the lights off.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna go try to arson.
I'm gonna commit an arson.
I'm going
commit
to arson.
an arson. All right, so I'm
I
gonna.
imagine Alina comes to conscious in this time.
Yeah, Alina,
Yeah,
I think
about
by
that.
the time you guys stop the car and like Apia has gone to commit their act of arson, Alina kind of comes to, and for a moment, Alina, before you really like are aware of what's happening, you're confused by who's around you because this isn't who you're used to working with. And for a moment, you wonder who these people are before time comes back to you and you remember that the researchers you used to work with are dead, and these are your new ones.
What's going on?
Oh, we're burning the paintings.
They're burning the paintings. I wanted to explore the paintings, but I decided not to because I don't want to.
Because Apia is scary.
Because Apia is-
I mean, if you want to know what's in there, we could just tell you.
What's
in it.
where?
The painting.
Oh yeah, you were out. You were, and then Vivian goes. Vivian's like, oh,
Vivian goes
wait
off.
a minute, and then starts roasting Alina. It's like been nice all this time. She was passed off. Like, wait a minute. He's like, you did da-da-da-da-da, and I don't know what you did for sure, but I'm certain it was because you were stubborn. You almost died like 17 times, then you passed out. And just,
Alina will sort of very slowly move to get her oxygen tank and her mask on. And she says, it wasn't that bad.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It wasn't that. Oh,
It
okay.
was.
All right. It wasn't that. And Vivian leans over Maria. It wasn't that bad, Maria.
It was some sort of
It was pretty bad, actually.
other
I
dimension.
I really didn't like it in there. I couldn't.
But yes, it does actually. This is a yes. Internally, yes, it does. So you're welcome for saving your life or whatever. It's not like I care about you or whatever.
So
How did you not get trapped, Vivian?
I high key don't know. All I know, well, Apia and I both didn't get trapped, but Apia intentionally engaged with someone who was, and that person was trapped through touch, and Apia touched that person. So
by the transitive property, Apia touched the
according to
painting.
the transitive property of addition, Apia touched the painting.
Touches my little gay hands on the painting.
Maria touched the painting. You're really the only one who felt susceptible to it. Everyone else decided to.
I didn't know
Made
that
the
it was
decision
gonna,
to fall susceptible to an evil painting.
I didn't know that it was gonna pull me in. I just wanted to touch it.
I wonder if there's a way to get
You're fair in making that statement though, because we assumed that it might just be somewhat more powerful than at her studio. But this was literally on a completely different level than what her studio was like. This one painting. So you're fair to make that judgment.
I touched plenty of paintings in the gallery. This didn't happen. I think the one that
the effect in the gallery was very mild.
I think it was trying to pull me in the gallery, but it couldn't pull it off.
Maybe it's almost like these paintings are like portals that like suck you into a certain place in your mind. So maybe when there's a lot, it's almost like they're all pulling on you at the same time.
I still think
It's like what is it? Like, I can't remember the scientific term, but like I think it's the space-time continuum, and it's like how something with mass creates gravity by like sitting on it and like stretches the sheet. You know what I'm talking about? I can't think of it properly.
I do know what
and
you're
word
talking
it
about.
right.
The fabric of time
But, like,
and space.
Yeah, the fabric of time and space is being warped by a bunch of things at once. So you're not going to fall into one hole. It's just going to be generally annoying. But
This
if
is
there's
a lot. I'm
one
an
really
archmajor.
powerful thing,
Vivian info dumps for 25 minutes.
like this one in a certain other place might have just been strong enough and distinct enough from other space-time fabric warping things to just beat the hell out of our psyche.
This was not a purely. This was an effect that was not purely of the mind. I do not believe so.
Yeah, I agree.
I think home is a very powerful concept. I still think that it's putting the painting in that setting gives it more power. So nobody should take the paintings home.
Yeah, ever.
Right.
Speaking of, and then look through on Q's giant plume of fire raises into
Well,
sky.
we don't know what AP is doing yet. We haven't done AP's bit yet.
Yeah. All right, Apia.
All right.
For starters, let's roll your agile to get into the building. Unless you're going to break the door down, in which case you can roll.
I'm going to agile. I don't want to risk setting off any alarms. That is a 12.
Fuck yeah. Congratulations.
Period.
None of us are
Slide in the
ever
window.
going to make advances.
Ever.
I've already leveled up.
I'm
I've already leveled up once. I leveled up at the end of the cult episode.
Yeah. It's not a difficult lock to break. Like it's not computerized or anything. It's
Cool.
just a lock in a door. The alarm system you would assume is computerized, but you walk up to its like box essentially, and being near you is bad for electronic devices, as you have learned.
Yeah.
And so for once, you use it to your advantage and sort of like touch
Just
all
shut that
buttons
motherfucker down.
and it short circuits. And you
Cool.
see the like sort of blinking laser lights that are by the paintings shut off as this system sort of reboots essentially.
All right. Do I have a flammable liquid on me, or do I need to scavenge that? Do you think? Being a man of arson.
You are a man of arson. I know you purchased a container of Axe a couple episodes ago. Do you still have it?
Probably.
Yeah.
All them
right.
pockets.
So I'm gonna take that. Also, just look around here for anything flammable, and just start spreading that everywhere.
You're in an art studio. You know what they've got in art studios? Paint thinner.
All right, I'm spreading that everywhere, absolutely everywhere. But first I'm spreading what I have, and then I'm going to the back and getting the paint thinner, and I want to splash it all over that painting. That specifically, like, I'm making sure to touch the walls of the floor and every single painting, but specifically the one in the back. Do I see, like, does it have that thing?
Are you touching them?
I know, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you
So is the sheet over it again? Because I remember there was a sheet on it.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm not touching that. I'm trying to touch as little as possible. I'm just like throwing paint thinner at things. Cool.
Yep. If you want to,
is there like does somebody live on the second floor, or is it just like more storage?
Oh no.
All right, well, Laura's up there, whatever. Apia doesn't really care because she's terrible. and also created these paintings. So, PbtA
That's
doesn't
fair.
care.
I mean, she doesn't live there. She has an apartment.
Okay. Then I guess before I do the paint thinner, I'm gonna look upstairs and see if it's storage or if it's an apartment or something like that.
You can roll agile to sort of sneak up the stairs.
That is an 8.
Okay. It's a little bit of a stumble. You miss a step, but you don't trip or fall or anything. It's just a bit of a loud noise. But you get up to the top, and it's sort of like a loft area. And if the downstairs painting that Laura is currently working on is her big space
Magnum opus.
Her magnum opus, this is where she produces those smaller pieces of art that she's selling. There's a couple of easels up here, canvases, things like that.
Then I'm gonna splash this too, and I'm gonna
Cool.
I'm gonna start the fire at a couple different places. One of them up here, one of them in the main gallery, and one of them in the back.
Okay.
So kind of as I go type thing. Starting
Sounds
up
good.
here. So cool. Arson.
Arson. Yep. I will say, roll agile again to get out of here safely without getting yourself burned, essentially, while you're doing all of this.
Mm-hmm. That's a 6. So.
Ooh. All right. You're going through and you're really meticulous about setting these fires, and sort of not quite with the same veracity that they set the house on fire last time, because you remember the last time you set something ablaze, the flames seemed almost supernaturally quick. These ones are still catching pretty quickly, just not that same level of speed. But you've sort of flamed yourself into a corner, essentially, as you lit the fire upstairs and then in the back and then going forward into the main hall as these canvases and paint thinner light, and the building itself, which is mostly a wooden structure, also begins to come alight. There becomes less and less space for you to get out. And you've also, in disabling the basic alarm system, you've also disabled the fire alarm system, so none of those normal sprinklers and things come on. And so as you're sort of hurtling your way outwards, the beams of the ceiling from the loft above have burned through, and a bit of that falling detritus hits you and sears across. I assume you put your arms over your head, or maybe sears across your forearms, and for a second, that searing, that heat causes you to almost melt a little bit before it burns, and then that moment passes and it's just a searing burning.
Okay. I'm still trying to book it out of here.
Yep. Take 2 harm, but you do get out of the building as it collapses and immolates.
Nice. I'm gonna kind of, as I'm running, kind of running away from this building, I'm gonna, take off my trench coat and wrap it around my arm, basically, as best I can. And I'm gonna basically dive into the back of the car, and just gasp out, just drive.
Maria is driving, I assume.
Vivian teleports.
Yeah, I'm driving. Whoa.
Getting the fuck out of
It
here.
probably also
Out of it.
smells like burning. Not just smoke, but
Yeah, it probably
they
smell
are
like
pretty
freaking
badly
turpentine.
burned.
Burning and turpentine, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Burned my arm on the way out.
Oh,
PbtA says
no.
it through clenched teeth, wasn't careful enough this time.
Do you need a band-aid?
Vivian,
I kind of take
Vivian
it off
Maria.
my arm,
I love
which I'm
Maria.
guessing is burned from all the way up my forearm.
Yeah, essentially
and
your
I'm
whole forearm.
I take off the trench coat to see what's going on, and then I'm gonna apply pressure again. And as I look at it, I'm I think I need more than a band-aid, and then just wrap it again.
She has a full
Well,
just a
before you
fully,
wrap
like-
it with a trench coat, we're gonna like treat it and like put gauze on it because I have that. Like, let's not put a coat that has soot on it again. Let's just
I
use
was
the first
using
aid
the
kit
inside
because
of
we
my
have first
coat, to
aid.
be honest. I was
Yeah,
using the inside of
yeah,
my coat.
okay. Okay,
Carrie-
yeah. Well, the inside of gauze will be a little more effective than
I
that.
didn't know you had a first aid kit.
You carry a full first aid kit? Wow.
Well,
Anyway, so we're doing
don't think I
fucking medicine
have-
on the
Yes,
highway
like
as we're trying to get
in
back to
the
the
van.
Oh, in the
Guys,
van. Yeah. Oh my
we
God.
do dangerous work.
You right. You right.
Maria just
Apia's
thinks
not used to having a first aid kit. I just want you to know they've been homeless for like 90% of their life.
Yeah,
Maria-
I'm rich and Alina is experienced. We're like, we have technology.
Maria just thinks that preparedness with medical supplies is very sexy.
Do you think
It
I ran
is
over a
that-
werewolf and I didn't have like a first aid kit on my
You
car
ran
at the
over
time?
a what?
I have already told this story, I
A
think.
werewolf.
That's hot.
It
Right.
is,
Yeah, just
though.
kind of
It-
says like
What's the television
they've gone
show?
into shock a little bit at this point, so their teeth are clattering, and they just say, "Can you guys stop arguing and get the gauze?"
Oh, yeah.
And then, Vivian will just
Well,
tend to
what-
her as we go back
what-
to the institute.
What they say very specifically is, "Can you guys stop arguing about inane bullshit and get the gauze?"
Fair.
Yeah,
Literally
you,
me.
the two of you can patch Apia up in the back of the van while you drive back to the
Nice.
institute, away from the
Nice.
burning buildings.
Nice.
Fucking sick. The painting would have been wasted on Apia anyway, since they don't have a concept of home. They wouldn't have seen anything. So, dumb
Great.
painting. Burned to hell.
Dumb
Dumb
blank
painting, burn
painting.
in hell. Alternate
might have
title
seen
of the
something.
episode.
Oh yeah, alternate title: Dumb Painting, Burn in Hell.
Is there
Basically.
is there anything that we need to do at the institute?
So they
Yeah.
can that we burn down a building, maybe.
We should probably tell them that we burned down a building.
Yeah, we should also probably tell them not to put the keep the paintings together.
Do we need to worry
Yeah,
about that?
to keep them together. Yeah. Keep them as close together as possible to dilute their hold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
Damien,
probably just a
we
good
burned
idea to
down a
let
building.
Damien know that Apia burned all the flesh on their arm.
Flesh.
you
say.
you arrive back at the institute and like Apia is wrapped in gauze that's got like slime oozing through it because burns begin
Are
producing
slimy.
like
So
obscene
fast.
amounts of pus immediately, essentially.
Yeah.
And like their eyes sort of go wide, and they put down whatever they're looking at, and they just look at all of you who look haggard and say, "Oh, it went well."
The paintings
Nobody-
are gone,
Nobody died.
and the paintings are gone.
Yet. Alina
Oh.
says pointedly.
Nobody.
I'm gonna
the paintings
pretend
are
I
gone,
didn't
and
hear
nobody
that.
died yet. It's just like
In one ear, out the other. I heard nothing.
We're gonna get Apia some medical attention.
That's a great idea. And like, Damien sort of hands you a card. There is a local hospital that's used to dealing with our sort of business if you want to get
Apia-
some treatment.
Apia like stops for a second and says, "I can't go to the hospital. I don't legally exist."
Oh, that's not a problem. Not
They
here.
like kind of look at you. And they're just like, "Okay, all right."
I see you.
we have connections. The institute has ties. It's fine. It's aside from Alina and Vivian, who have been here longer, this is probably the weirdest you've seen Damien. Like, Damien, for the most part, kind of feels like a little bit of a confused and overwhelmed person. This is like a moment of like very sharp clarity for Damien.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, and by the way, keep those paintings together. We observed some weird shenanigans with how they interact with each other and how their power interacts with space, which we'll probably get into later because I'll probably write a report on that because everyone else was nigh unconscious. So we can just try to keep this.
Maybe we
I was
should.
conscious.
I can write a report. I can write about.
Well, as
You
many
can write
reports
about
as I
being
can
inside
get.
a painting. Yeah.
I mean, could work together.
Well, I mean, okay, if you insist.
I mean, the more perspective I have.
Apia rolls their eyes and says, "Can we go to the hospital? Since I'm now allowed to go to the hospital, can we please go to the hospital?"
Yeah, we'll drive you. I have a question.
Yes.
When Alina and Maria go to bed tonight, will they be able to sleep?
Not well. You are not beholden to that deathly sleeplessness that Erica was experiencing, but when you try to sleep tonight, and for like probably for the next couple of weeks, your sleeping will be difficult. Like, you'll have trouble falling asleep, you'll have trouble staying asleep, and when you are asleep, you get the sense that you're always walking and you don't quite wake up feeling rested.
Mm-hmm. Neat.
Apia in the hospital. Neat.
Neat. Apia, you don't suffer quite so much. You didn't get stuck.
Nice.
You didn't get stuck, yeah. It just
I just got stuck in the burning building.
Yeah, if you have nightmares about burning, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Right.
Apia's been through worse and weirder shit. So.
Yeah. You have returned, and so if there's any closing things anyone wants to do, if not, we will do our outro.
I don't know if I should do this now or next session. But basically,
that's gonna haunt me if you
to...
don't do it now.
now it's gonna haunt Kestrel.
Alina is going to do some investigation work, and we'll, let's say, who here will be most okay with helping me hunt down Laura?
Probably Vivian.
Probably Vivian, yeah.
Probably Vivian.
Yeah. So yeah, Alina will ask Vivian for help hunting down sort of the routine of Laura, and when I can find Laura in let's say in a public space, like what cafe she likes to frequent.
Are you
I didn't
asking
know you liked
Vivian
to
to
kill
stalk
in the light of day.
Are you asking Vivian to stalk Laura's social media?
Yeah.
I think we can do that. I think that's possible. That's on the table.
I want to know at what time and when she will be alone in public for a talk.
All right, we can do some spreadsheets, get some projections, apply those statistics classes I took and got a B in. So, well, this will work out pretty well for us.
So
what do you think, Ruth?
If you want to sort of like nail down Laura's life using her social media, Vivian, you can roll with your power roll. It's difficult for you though, so I would take a -1 to what you would normally do.
Okay.
There's something about looking for
Probably gonna
information
fail.
about Laura that's hard.
That's a 7.
A mixed success. You succeed in sort of following all of her various feeds. She doesn't have personal Facebooks or anything. She only has her professional art pages. And you do like sort of have some idea that like there are like she doesn't have a schedule. She mentioned it when you were in her art gallery. Time is not something she like cares about or keeps to. She keeps her art gallery open those hours you think because they're like reasonable hours to sell paintings. But when she's not at the art gallery, which is now burned, her like schedule is off the wall. Like there is no rhyme or reason to it. It is just she is doing a thing now, sort of deal.
Well, that's not really going to help us. We might
How
be able
about
to
setting
like
up
maybe
an
like lay a
interview?
trap. Yeah, something like that. Something we can get her to come to us.
Right. Do you think you can do that? Like set up an interview with her, and we can.
But I
her.
think we're gonna have to have PbtA do it because we were the people who were there the same day that all her shit burned down, and then we were in her apartment complex the same day that her painting burned down mysteriously.
Just send an email.
So probably will be
she won't know it's you.
Okay. And if it's in public, that should be fine. Okay.
In like a cafe.
Yeah. We can make something up. She's prideful. It'll work. So that should be fine. And I have her information. Yeah, we can get that together. So I'll do that.
So you're gonna call Laura to make an appointment, essentially? I'm
probably going to Instagram her on DM her on Instagram and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so interested in your whatever. Like make some fake account and buy followers and hack followers and look legit and post a bunch of Photoshop stuff that I made in one night. Followers. Yeah, just like buy a bunch of fake Russian people and then get like 6 legit followers on Twitter, maybe get some of my friends from home to follow me and get some legit stuff going on. And then like make a whole profile and be like, hey, I'm a real artist. I'm looking for some insight on blah, 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 whatever. Can I meet up with you on here and talk about your piece here? I saw you taking whatever. All that jazz.
I will say that you like DM her and she doesn't get back to you. Maybe she doesn't check her DMs. Maybe she's ignoring you. You do remember when you were in her the gallery that you could tell she knew you were lying.
Right.
So this may not work in the way that you want it to. She doesn't respond to your messages. So like any sort of attempt that you make to contact Laura doesn't seem to work. And she doesn't have a phone that you can reach her at now because her gallery was burned down. So if you want to look for her, you will have to spend some time really looking sometime.
Really looking, right.
Stalking her apartment and something like that.
When you've got some down.
Also, is there like any suspects about the fire? Just checking.
Suspects? No. They don't know who they're looking for.
Okay, cool.
You do know from the news that comes out about it, though, that it spread to the surrounding buildings, and no people were harmed, but a lot of the surrounding buildings took a lot of structural damage, and the shops next door lost a lot of like stock, essentially.
That's unfortunate. Oh, I thought you guys I would have been more careful. I thought you guys described it as a house.
It's on the like. It's a house that's been converted into a space, like, you know how like at the border of residential and business districts there's like shops that are made from houses.
Yeah, I
So
think
it was-
so. It's just where I live, they're usually completely freestanding with nothing near them.
Ah,
So
yeah, here
I was
they're
confused
closer
about,
together.
or I would have been more careful. Okay, well, I'm sorry about that one, Chief.
LOL.
no worries. That was a miscommunication between both of us. But yeah, so if someday you want to look into Laura, you will have to find her.
I will, don't worry.
But yeah, you have successfully completed your case. So we're an hour over our usual time. So I'm going to have us all sign off for the night. Birdie, why don't you start us off?
All right. I'm Birdie. I use she or they pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Pekasaba and basically everywhere as Elephant Bird with a 3 instead of the second E. So Elferfant Bird.
All right, Ro.
Hi, I'm Ro. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Ro de Valois, or you can follow the comic I write that my partner illustrates at Of Dwarfs and Men or at rlefcomics.com. So that's, thank you.
Ari.
Hi, my name is Ari. I use he, him pronouns. Today I've been playing Vivian. He uses she, her pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at @thefrog_prince. I think that's me everywhere now. I think I finally unified my brand. And yeah, I talk about social justice and sometimes fighting game stuff. And my TikTok is kind of cool. You know, I'm a cool guy, sort of, or whatever.
And last but not least, Kestrel.
Hi, my name's Kestrel. I use ze, them, zers pronouns. I've been playing Apia, who uses they, them, theirs pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Vaporwave Nashira with no E. Because Twitter's dumb and won't let me have my @ be that long. I'm also on Tumblr as Technicolor Tortoise. I have been posting there more frequently, but it's mostly garbage about Markiplier, so letting you know.
And I'm Rue, and I use they or he pronouns, and I've been your narrator for this session, playing chiefly Laura, who uses she, her pronouns, and Damien, who also uses they or he pronouns. This system is a system that I wrote, and you can find it on my itch, which is ilanaknight.itch.io, or you can find me on Twitter as @ilanaknight13, where I do art and game dev stuff, as well as working as a sensitivity consultant for disability and Romani culture. And on Saturdays, you can find me on Chromatic Chimera playing a Monster of the Week campaign that we're doing in the Mojave Desert. I would also like to thank Nova for doing all of our tech for us tonight and keeping us in our right little zones and making sure that we're muted when we need to be. And I would like to thank Percy. Oh yeah, thank you, Nova. And I would like to thank Percy at Liquid Rena on Twitter, who made our overlays that you've seen. So this one, along with the starting screen and the Be Right Back screen, they made our beautiful layouts, and I'm really grateful to them for that. And we will see you not until the first week of November. I don't know what the first Thursday in November's date is. I think it's like the 8th or the 6th or something. But we will see you again the first Thursday in November at the same time, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for coming along on our little journey.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.